Coming up next on BBC Two, it's the BradWOTO stream. But first, it's time for...
What's under the orange flannel?
Twitch Prime.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for you to guess what's under this orange flannel. Whoa, that was close. What's under the orange flannel? Is it ibuprofen? Today's episode is sponsored by Cloudsea. Cloudsea. Now you see it. Now you Cloudsea. A Pokemon card. Pretty vague, Gary, but I'll allow it. Poodle's passport. Splendor packet. Half a grilled cheese sandwich with whole wheat bread. Sandwich, a single Dorito, absolutely nothing. Pure cyanide. That's what a Dorito is for me. A cyanide tablet. What's under the orange flannel today, boys? What could it be? Doritos Que Pretty Flammable. You think it's Toodle's passport that's under there? Keeping that one. Guys.
And here we go. I hope you're hungry for nothing.
You almost had it. You almost had it. God. Damn it. Damn it, Chloe. Bro, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth is the biggest game I've ever played. Guys, what the fuck? Have you played Final Fantasy VII Rebirth? Hands up. Dude, I'm like 85 hours in. There's so much in it. Do you know what's the best thing about it as well? Is that it is kind of an open world game, and I famously dislike. But all of the missions are different. All of the missions, I won't spoil anything. Don't say anything about the game in there. But man, there is so much packed into that game, dude. It's crazy. And I'm doing like loads of it as well. I've done all the regions. I've done all the Queen's Bloods. I've done a lot of the side quest stuff. There's a couple that I haven't done, like the Joker Riddler trophies. The Riddler trophies I'm just not gonna do. There's like 88 of them or something. I'm not doing it. I can't be fucked. But I've done all of the side quests. I've collected all of the collectibles that are like less than 4. I've done all of the bosses, the sub bosses. I've done all of the regions. I think I haven't quite got every Choco stop. Oh my god. It's crazy. Absolutely crazy. No, so I haven't done the golden saucer thing yet. What do you mean do all the saucer dates? You can get all the different ones? That's not possible. Surely you only get one. I'm only playing it once. I'm not doing this again. Like, I'll probably play through the main scenario again, but I'm not doing all of the collecting everything, side questing shit. So I'm about to go back to the golden saucer for the second time, but I've left all the golden saucer stuff there. I'm just going to do all of that last, because I think this is the end of the game now. I think the next thing I do is like the end part. I've just got to finish off one mission. I've got one side quest that I'm finished. I got the Choco Grass, the 50 Choco Grass. Anyone knows what that means. You know what it means. You get to do one, but then you can work the rest. Yeah, I'll watch the rest on YouTube. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you'd have to play the whole game again to get the different dates, right? It's the same as the first one. Man, it is a chunky game. And it's fucking great. I've actually enjoyed doing the side questing and wandering around stuff, which is very rare for me. Now, I'm sure that it's because of my love for the Final Fantasy VII universe is exceptional, but my god. It's crazy how much is in it. I just can't believe that it keeps going and keeps going. And then they're just like, here's another thing. Here's another thing. Here's another thing. Here's another open world exploration thing you can do. A whole new dimension to the game that we had to code in. Because that's the thing. Normally they can't be fucked to recode stuff. So they just make you do the same mission over and over again, but it's just reskinned. But this actually feels like a lot of the side quests are very unique. I mean, there's a lot of the same thing, like go to the tower and do this and do that, you know, like defeat this monster, but stagger it with ice. But I mean, dude, I've enjoyed the fuck out of it. I'm really glad I put it on last week because I've needed, like yesterday, I took yesterday off because I just felt so rough. I still feel really bad today, but if I don't stream today, HelloFresh won't pay me. So I'm here. Thanks HelloFresh for sponsoring today's stream. But also, I don't feel very well. Yeah, I can't believe how much is in it. I really, really have enjoyed it though. I'm just blown away by how much is in it. It does feel less linear and less story focused than the first one. I actually think Remake is better than Rebirth. But as a game, it's unbelievable. I think it's just mind-blowing how much is in there. It's so impressive. But yeah, dude, I think I'm at 85 hours. And I've got the last little bit to do. So I'm going to be pushing probably like 95 hours, I'd guess, if I had to throw. Who is your wife? Who do you think? There's only one option. I'm not dating Yuffie, she's 15. The fuck? There is no and has never been a choice. Barrett. Yeah, it's always Tifa. It's canon. The canon is Tifa. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck what people say. Aerith belongs to Zack. I will not touch another man's bitch. But yeah, man, I took yesterday off. I felt so bad. I felt so rough yesterday. I really did nothing. I sort of laid around feeling sorry for myself, played a lot of Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Eventually, like, in the evening, I felt a little better. luckily, whatever is going on with me in the evenings, it kind of goes away. I feel bad until usually about 5 or 6 p.m., which is around the time that I end stream. So, but I feel really bad in the morning. Then it goes away around now, and I can kind of muddle through a stream. And then in the evening, I feel pretty close to normal as I can feel. So I made some dinner for myself last night. I cooked myself a 1-pot chicken and rice thing, and I added some of my own flair to it, and I nailed it. It was great. I made so much of it though. I don't know how to portion. No more chili? I mean, I'll make some more chili. I'm making chili not tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow. Tomorrow's chili. And then I'll live off of that chili Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Then on Sunday, I'll cook something different. So I'm not just... Otherwise, I just eat chili every night. And I don't know what happens. I mean, it's just... It can't be good for you to eat nothing but red meat every night. You made the HelloFresh shrimp rolls. That shit was good. Damn. I haven't got mine yet. We're going to have a look at some more HelloFresh stuff today. I want to see if they have any rice things on there. His own flavor is adding the old cumin. No, I don't feel like that's a good addition. No, I did oregano, thyme, salt and pepper, something else, garlic, and then I just added onions, peas, carrots, and I put mushrooms in there just because I had some and I thought, fuck it, I'll throw them in. And I added a bell pepper. I think that was it. And then I threw it in with some basmati rice. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go. He's entering his mind pantry. I had to remember all the way through to last night. I really don't feel well. I'm barely functioning and I have to fucking GM tonight as well. And I'm just so hoping that I feel better. Thruples exist, says Keeper. Why have you said that? Also, incredibly revealing. Keeper is in a thruple. I am the Master Chef. I watched Master Chef season 14 or whatever we're on. I had a problem with American TV. Or maybe just American editing. I don't know. You know who's going to win. Because they just glaze them up from the first episode every time. Just pure glazed up, dude. You're like, oh, that's the one that's going to win. And then the whole way through, yep, they win. Every time. I know exactly who's going to win based on how they edit them. Based on how they're in every episode. Because they have to, like, retroactively, when you go back knowing that this person won, if you watch their season, they have to look good because they're going to win. So you can't really show them being really bad. Stir fry? I'm way behind. It was about Aerith and Zach. How dare you? How dare you come in here with something that you don't have enough knowledge about? And how dare you suggest such a thing? Anyway, I feel fucking great, dude. I also really wanted to play Black Myth Wukong yesterday. Like, I really want to play it. I'm really enjoying it. But it's a game that requires me to be not fucking dying. You know? You need to not be dying to play it. Because it's quite hard. Or it requires at least a modicum of concentration. Haven't got it. I also saw this yesterday and it scared the fuck out of me. I'm sure everyone has seen it by now. But we're going to talk about it anyway. Because I bloody want to. And I do what I bloody want. It's my name on the fucking door. It's my name on the bloody door, isn't it? This fucking shit.
Something that anyone
Dude.
could own. So you can have your own personal...
Is this real?
art The new Cybercab.
When will we learn?
Cybercab looks amazing. I know.
Are we not learning from movies or
Dude,
what?
me too.
When will you learn? It looks so much like our robot. It's fucking weird.
Elon. He's a techno king. Optimus can talk?
Yeah. He also does sign language.
To be fair, I feel like if we ripped Maya's skin off of his body, this is what would be underneath.
See that? Yes. Can you give a peace sign, Optimus? Can you do the peace sign? There he is. That's
I got another one.
There you go.
Oh.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Can you give a hell yeah, Optimus?
Is it controlled by a human being? They've got to be, right? There's no way this is real. If it is, fuck. There's a guy somewhere with a VR hat on, controlling it. Oh, thank God. We're close though, right? We haven't got long. Oh, that spider's back. That's cool. That spider's back. That's all good. Why are they doing it then? It's just a promotional stunt. He's ready to vote you, escort you to the voting booth to vote Republican. Come this way, please, sir. I'm going to have to insist. I'm going to have to insist every time you go to, like, check the, whatever the other side is called, box. It grabs your hand and crushes and breaks every bone in your hand. I'm going to have to insist that you check the Republican box. I'm going to have to insist. Ah, Jesus. Here is a pencil for your working hand. You only have one working hand left. I suggest you vote Republican. Alright, Jesus. Fuck. God. Go with Christ. And remember, Donald Trump is Christ. And remember, let go of my hand. And remember, Donald Trump is And then you wake up. It's 1823. The future must not come to pass. They want to replace okay paid workers with extremely poor paid workers in third world countries. Oh, I see. So you put one of those in and then someone controls it. I'm okay with that. Like I said, I think we just need to accept that the corporate world is going to soon rule the world, and we just have to allow them at this point. The more we fight against it, the longer it takes. It's going to happen. We're going to lose. Just let them win now, and then we can all just get on with it. Tired. I don't want to fight. I've been fighting all my life. All I do is come out here on this stream every day and tell you lot how evil every single streamer is, and what do? You go off and subscribe to him. I see their fucking emotes floating up in my channel. I don't know why I speak. Why do I even bother? You know? So just let him win. Stop pretending you're so fucking higher than thou. And then going off and subscribing to you know who. Your favourite streamer. Whoever that is. Your favourite 5,000 concurrent viewer plus streamer. Whoever that is, and I will put money on it that they're evil. Well, you didn't listen to a bloody word I said then, did you? I am higher because I get gifted. You are not gifted. in any way, Monty. I'm your favorite streamer's favorite streamer. That's me. The streamers watch me, but don't. But no one else does. So incredibly tired. I haven't slept for 4 nights. Shaking my head. I'm evil, and look where it's gotten me. Maya is one of those robots. I truly believe that if you just got a knife in there and cut off all of his skin and the upper layer of flesh, he would be a Tesla robot underneath. There's no way he's not. At this point, I think we have more than enough evidence to conduct a test. I went live on Twitch one time. So what? What are you talking about? Where am I? I'm very tired today. You're gonna have to do better than that to give me some context about what the fuck you're talking about. I need full context, or shut your mouth when you're speaking to me. These are the rules. I also can't really use any energy because I need to conserve all of it to run the worst 4 players through the best D&D show ever. The worst 4 players, including Maya, the worst one. And I think we all know who's the worst one. It's Maya, the worst one. Sweet, sweet Maya, the worst one. Oh, sweet, sweet Maya, the very worst. It's just nice to be included, yeah. Inside there, 2 wolves me. One is a border collie, the other is a golden retriever. Okay, there is no wolves. It's Gary, everyone. His name, it is Gary. Now, what did you say earlier on, Gary? Feeling a bit down. My Tuesday DM retconned out the homebrew he allow for months because I got too strong a monster in a sort of deal with it message. Literally no idea what that means. Your DM retconned something about your character that you'd agreed upon before. Maya thinks I do that to him every week because he just cannot comprehend. He literally has no... He cannot comprehend that I'm not playing D&D 5e. His brain literally cannot fathom it. He's like, why do you keep retconning my character? I'm like, I'm not. This is what you signed up for. We're not playing 5e, see? He has no idea. Can't comprehend it. Did you see the automated shipping container robots were on US news when the dock workers were on strike? Because they were scared of being replaced and they got a 61% salary increase. Yeah, but they got that from doing the strike though, surely. Are you going to stream MGS Triangle on release? Probably. When does it release? He allowed homebrew Pokeball. Then because I got too powerful a monster, he retconned the item out of the game. To be fair, that's what I do on Sundays. Yeah, he should have thought about that. See, this is a... But I think that really... He has to live with the mistake that he made, not you. Because I've done that so many times and completely unbalanced so many campaigns that now you'll never see me do that with an item. I don't hand out anything that I don't have control over anymore. The rumor was November. Oh, there's no way it'll be out by November. It's got to be next year, surely. I get the reasoning, more lack of discussion. Yeah, no, I still would have made... I would have... As a DM, I would have lived with it. I don't take toys back. Oh, I might vanish at one point today. I've got They're installing a fucking smoke alarm in my house at some point. I'm too tired to deal with this shit, boss. He did let me replace it with an official item of similar rarity at least. Or just say that you can only catch like, see, I would just do it. I would do the druid rule thing of like, you can only catch things that are CR 1/4. DM once gave me the wish spell, and then at the end of the session he summoned a massive boss ogre with a giant horn that had beholder powers, so I wished for the horn and that one shot the boss. There are two types of DMs though, right? There are ones that need to be in control of everything, and ones that are just like, yeah, cool, bro. I wish I could be one of those cool, bro ones. Like, I'm a little bit like that, but really I'm not. What? You're fucking using the wish spell on him? Oh shit, bro. Fuck, he's dead. Oh man, I got nothing prepared. That's cool, crazy. What do? You build a speedboat? Oh my god, where are you going? Holy shit, you're going to Spain? You know, and everyone at the table was like, yay, yay. There's just no substance to those campaigns, but they're so fun to watch people play. I can't do it. I'm like quietly in control of everything. You know, I give my players legitimately as much freedom as I possibly can, but too much and they'd just ruin everything. Too much and they'll just ruin everything. There'll be no substance to it. After 4 episodes, like the first few episodes, everyone's having fun, and then you just get so bored. Where are we going? What are we doing? What is buttered sausage? The illusion of agency. No, I give them legitimate agency. It's just that they get agency within the confines of the game itself. Like, you can't just be fucking summoning up a speedboat in the middle of Cura. It's going to be so annoying and ruin the entire show. My DM gives us inspiration tokens if we break his shit. I used Awakened Mind to talk to a sentient door and sidestep a puzzle in our session on Sunday. Yeah. I think people think that I get really stressed out when they do that. I think they sort of did it last week. But I don't. I would have done years ago. Now I don't. I really don't care. I think it's kind of cool when they figure out ways of getting around spells and stuff. There are times when they just sort of can't. It's like, you have to do this correctly because I've got nothing else prepared and Murgles isn't here this week. But most of the time, it's like, that's the point, right? The point is you're a wizard. You've got a bag of tricks. Fucking use one of those tricks. If I send you $5,000 right now, would you bald your head? For $5,000? I'm already going bald, so probably, yeah. Probably. No, I wouldn't change my mind. I changed my mind. I'll do it in 6 months from now. I'll do it in come back in 6 months. $5,000 donated. Oh wow, let me check my bank balance. Wow, that's crazy. He's actually donated $5,000. I can't believe he did it. He tricked me. He tricked me. I believe him. I believe him fully. Yes, I'll do it. Imagine I did it. My favorite moment is still the Dying Order locked door puzzle. I love doing it so much. The thing is, they're getting wise to it now. There was a locked door in Cura 2 weeks ago. And it was just unlocked. It's just a door, you had to push it. And, but I was like, I have to wait until we're like deep into this campaign before I hit them with it. So they've forgotten. You know, they're expecting some bullshit. I love an unlocked door. The key is to set up the door as if it is a puzzle. You set up a whole room around it and everything that's going on. And then you just put a door in front of them. You see a door. You just make it a sliding door. Yeah. It's the most fun you can have as a DM. Set up like a whole puzzle room, but you just walk through. Dude, I love it so much. I've been playing Final Fantasy VII as well, and like it's so funny when you think like, who built this place? Why did they build it to have this puzzle door? It's insane. It makes sense for certain locked places. Like actually the place that they're in right now makes sense that they don't have, that it's not unlocked. That it is in fact some sort of puzzle door because it is the home of a very important ancient artifact. So it would be behind a locked door, but actually it wasn't. But a lot of the time it's like, who built this place, dude? This is bullshit. If you just work in this building and you have to do this puzzle every time you go out for a cigarette, come on. Get out of here. Get the hell out of my goddamn house. In Uncharted, you solve all the puzzles and then you get in there and the bad guys are there. Yeah, what did they find? A back door? Or did they do the puzzle? Does it reset? Who reset it? And when? It's hilarious. I've got a player who started the campaign with a broken hollow messenger containing critical information. It's just got a loose wire still sitting in the inventory. Yeah, that's a good one too, yeah. Put the most important thing in their inventory at the beginning and just say it's like a whatever thing. You get this like whatever thing. You get a key. It's a golden key. You don't know what it opens. It wasn't a key. It was a pencil. It was a magic marker. Unbelievable. It cannot be. It cannot be. Alright, should we look at some HelloFresh stuff? I want to just see if there's a recipe similar to the one that I made yesterday and then pilfer some stuff out from it. Guys, today we're sponsored by HelloFresh. Round of applause. Have a quick look here at some HelloFresh stuff. There is a link going through the chat room. I'll pin it too, why not? I'll pin it as well. It's pinned. Forever. Forever, ever, forever, ever. If you click that link, go ahead and click it. Take a little look-see. Why not? And you pick up some HelloFresh today using my code. And my code is POGHF114. Nope. Restart that. POGHF14438. Could have just been HF Brad, but they went with, but I said to them, please, can you change it? Actually, can you have it be POG HF14438? I was actually asking if you know, could you use my code, the entire transcript of the Bible in Hebrew as my code at the checkout. If you do, you get 10 free meals and free breakfast for life. That's insane. So take a little look. The link and code are valid in all countries and the respective local discount will apply. Here we go. Let me have a look. So yesterday I made like a chicken. I mean, there it is. What's this? Chicken teriyaki sambal chicken. Green beans is what I need to buy. Oh, I should buy some sesame as well. And sesame oil. I do love the taste of sesame oil. This is like a Japanese barbecue meal. Teri means shine and yaki means fried or grilled. Combined with sambal, which contains herbs and spices such as red chilies, lemongrass, tamarind. Okay, what's in it? This is it? Oh, well, yeah, because it's going to be like, yeah, teriyaki sauce and sambal paste. Filled to the brim with rice in. With corn syrup, no doubt. Give me the recipe. Give me that. Give me the recipe. What have we got? Boil half a full kettle. When I'm looking at recipes, right? Yesterday's recipe, I had to. The thing I cooked yesterday didn't come with times or heatings. So I had to guess it. You have to understand how scary that is for me because I don't know how to cook. The person who made the recipe clearly was just like, you know what to do. I guessed it, and I guessed it correctly because I do know what to do now. I am strong. But also they'll do stuff like half a kettle. What if my kettle's different to yours? How much is half a kettle? Meanwhile, trim the green beans and cut into thirds. Halve the lime. Pour the boiled water into seed pan, and then do the rice. Okay. Oil in a pan on medium height. This is how tired I am today. Once hot, fry the chicken in green beans, 8 to 10 minutes. Season with salt and pepper. Important. Wash your fucking hands. You disgusting little freak. Greg, don't forget to click the link or use my code HOGHF144308 and you'll get 10 free meals and breakfast for the rest of your life. Okay, so you cook the chicken and the green beans together. Then you just add the teriyaki and sambal. Don't know what that means. Squeeze in some lime juice. Fluff up the rice. Now rice I still don't know how to cook. What does fluff up the rice mean? I did learn the lesson of how difficult it is to cook rice without the saucepan lid yesterday. I got to the end of the cook and my rice was like, it was as if it had been, it went through the process of being uncooked rice, placed into a pot with broth, and then cooked so much that all the broth went away and it was back to being uncooked rice again. And I was like, that's why you need to steam the rice at the end. That's why you keep the lid on. It keeps the rice fluffy and moist. But I don't have a lid. And it wasn't until afterwards that I improvised a lid, but it was too late. Just got to use the finger trick. I'm not putting my finger in it. I'd recommend a microwave rice cooker pot. Oh, I can afford that, JJ, can I? I can't even afford the rice that's in the pot. I can't afford a saucepan lid. But no, I'll just go and buy a full fucking rice cooker on a whim. Get him out of here. Bit of foil as a lid. I'm literally, all I did was put a pan over it, like a cookie pan. It works. Okay, well, I don't really know what teriyaki, what sambal paste is. That looks good. What the fuck is that? Garlic and mushroom onion marmalade tart. The most Liam food I've ever seen on HelloFresh. I mean, this is it, dude. You've gone to Liam's house. You're hanging out. And Liam's mum calls up the stairs. Liam, your dinner is ready. And you go, oh no, she doesn't know I'm here and I'm hungry too. And Liam goes, Mother, do you perhaps have some dinner for Bradley as well? Bradley is here. And she goes, oh no, I didn't realise that Bradley was here. But unfortunately, I haven't made enough for him. I'll cook him something completely separate from scratch right now. And Liam goes, what the fuck? And then she walks upstairs. And for Liam, she'll present garlic, mushroom and onion marmalade tart with balsamic glazed pea shoot salad. The most Liam thing ever. This is the type of shit that she would present. And then I'd get beans on toast. I mean, this is mental looking, isn't it? Melt some butter. Ooh, butter. Wait, melt butter and put it in the mushrooms? And then season with salt and pepper? What? Butter? And mushrooms? That doesn't feel like that would mix to me. Get some pastry. Cook it up. Spoon gently. You don't always have to spoon her hard. Dollop the onion marmalade. Never in your life would you catch me eating this. I wouldn't touch that, dude. This sound wonderful. Gilkey's gone full foreign. Just before you are ready to serve, pop the pea shoots into a bowl and drizzle with a little olive oil. Written so much by a British person, it's unreal. Written by Liam's mum. Do you guys say pop in America? Americans? Grudge Hammer. My friend, thank you for the 40 months. Do you say pop? Just before you're ready to serve, pop the pea shoots into a bowl and drizzle with a little olive oil. Always check if your son has a friend over. When the tart is ready, spring... So to be honest with you, if you just serve me that, I would eat the fuck out of it. If I made it myself, I wouldn't. Thai green curry I want to try making for myself as well. Emma would quite often make stuff like that. Or she'd make firecracker chicken, which I need to learn how to make. Because I miss it and I want to eat it myself. But I have to make it myself. All this shit I have to make. If I want something to taste anywhere near good, I have to make it myself. Otherwise, you know. What's in gochujang? Gochujang ingredients, but I need the one that they sell at the store. This one. Sempio or something like that. What you got in there, bruv? What are you hiding in your ingredients? Yeah, what's in it? What's in the ingredients? Why don't you tell me? The red tub, yeah. It's gotta be. It's got to be gochujang. And it's got to be. This doesn't tell me. Fucking cool. I love being allergic to stuff, dude. I love it so much. Makes eating so fun. Really enjoy eating. really fucking completely fully enjoy my life lately. No, the last few years of my life have been amazing. Oh, you got an allergy to something and now it affects everything you eat? Cool. Oh, I'm sorry. You lost your job? That's terrible. Wait a minute. Where's your wife gone? Oh, by the way, turn around. Yep, your dog's dead. Cool. You're going to be unwell for 1 week. Oops, 6 months. Oh, money? No, you will have none. Here we go. Tapioca syrup. Fuck! Tapioca syrup in that one. Starch syrup. What starch? What is starch syrup? Aya! What is starch syrup? Accessing database, Meyer brain. This one has starch syrup in it. Alright, let me write it down. We're going to put a little recipe in here. We're going to put a little recipe in here called gochujang. And I'm going to take a little looky on the internet later on for some gochujang, see if I can buy some. Because I would like to eat something Korean tasting. So incredibly allergic to a lot of it though. Szechuan chicken stir fry. Get out of here. Alright, well, there's some recipes on the website that you can look at. HelloFresh, ladies and gentlemen. There's a link pinned in the chat room. It's also coming through on a timer every few minutes. You can click on that link. There's also a link in a panel. You go onto my stream and down here, you'll see this little link here. Click on this and it will take you through to the HelloFresh website where you can use my code. And my code is HOG, HF 144308. Because I love that 308 Magnum. And you'll get 10 free meals and free breakfast for life if you use that. Thank you to the few people that have done so. I hope that the meals have been delicious. I'm glad Toodle had a delicious dinner of shrimps. A delicious meal of shrimps. Let me know how you get on. Let me know how you get on. HelloFresh, wonderful. Breakfast for life. Isn't teox starch? Well, I'm not allergic to starch. I'm just allergic to I'm allergic to corn, tapioca, and maize. But they use like things like tapioca starch sometimes, but they also use different starches in other things. Potato starch and rice, Tony starch. The pineapple upside down mini bundt cakes, that is something that I would eat. Tteokbokki is the best fucking food ever to come out of Korea though. It's my favourite thing and I wish I could eat some right now. But I can't because instead we're going to play Big Monkey. This is the wrong intro. This one isn't.
Wukong touch the sky, he is fighting, big animal. Go, go, go! Go, go, go! Monkey with the stick causes such a ruckus, jumping through the heavens, making gods piss and fuss. Go, go, go! Monkey with the stick, never gonna bow and boot the toe. Team Tahoe, yeah! Cold skies, Wukong never dies. His legend so thick, always go now. Monkey with the stick.
Monkey with a stick. As we continue now with some Black Myth Wukong, it's going to be hilarious how bad I'm going to be at this game today because I feel so good and so well. I'm so well. I'm so physically and mentally well. I'm so physically and mentally well that I'm glad that I've got so much to do today. I'm glad that I had to get up really early and do a table story meeting. I'm glad that there's shader compilation in progress. I'm glad that I have a HelloFresh sponsorship today that they want me to say things correctly, but I probably fucked it up because I don't feel well. I'm glad I've got to run a D&D game tonight, and I'm glad we're doing this. Fuck. I mean, it's taking so long. We got any TikToks to watch, Lux? Oh, fuck. Is Lux even here? I don't even have my safety blanket. Lux is my safety blanket. She wishes. This one was submitted by Toodle. What was that? This is me and Toodle cooking dinner together.
Да. Ага. Вов.
Да.
Иди посоли, а то у меня руки заняты. Наелись.
Vala Morgulis, she said at the end. I mean, fake but funny. But there's no way that's real. I'm baking, so I'm walking around. Different cakes. Fuck you, dude.
Name an annoying thing that people base their entire personality
Nintendo.
about.
Here's the thing about me. I am real. I am from New York. Watch how you talk to me. Watch how you talk. I'm from New York. This isn't good, people.
But this is all Americans. This guy definitely does it, but doesn't realize that he does it. This is all Americans talking to them. It's all they talk about is where they're from.
No,
Base
I
their
know real
entire
people. I'm from New
personality on where
York.
they're
I miss
from.
the seasons, you know, because here's the thing. I'm from New York. And there's seasons in New York, and that's where I'm from, New York. She looks good, but that's not real fashion. Here's the thing. I'm from New York. And the fashion in New York is, that's where I'm from. It's incredible. I miss walking. Do you know what I mean? I'm so sick of driving. Because here's the thing about in New York, we're always walking, and that's where I'm from, New York. I miss the leaves falling, because that's what happens in New York. The leaves fall, and that's where I'm from. I'm from New York. Nice to meet you. I'm from New York. Oh, my name, Jordan. But I'm from New York, yeah.
All Americans about where in every conversation all the time. Can we watch this? I'm sorry, I'm being burned alive. I'm sorry. Oh, I'm so sorry, everyone. I'm literally dying. I'm on fire in several parts of my body. I'm being burned alive and cooked in front of you all. I'm still completely on fire. I'm really sorry. I've cooked part of my body. I must go to A&E immediately. I mean, so unsafe. So would be shitting myself now. If I'm her, I'm like, oh god, she's gonna get me. I mean, just so the most worst thing ever. Her composure. I'm so sorry. I'm literally being cooked to death in an open fire. right now. I'm so sorry. Doesn't break monotone. Me.
Why is commuting to work in Chongqing so hard? So I start by heading down my 18-story apartment with no elevator, but thankfully I only need to go down a few stories because the ground floor is on the 12th floor. Too bad for those folks live down there. They have to climb up and sunlight is like a luxury for them.
How?
Next,
How?
I enter a subway station that feels like an entrance of a fallout shelter. Then comes the subway that looks like a roller coaster ride, and the train casually goes through a residential building. And here it goes through another residential building, because why not? Finally,
But people live there, dude. I'm on the fucking top floor of this building, and there is trucks that go by downstairs, outside, away from the building, and I still hear them pretty loudly. If a train went through the bottom floor of my building, how do you sleep?
I get over the city square. Solid ground at last, right? Nope, I'm actually on the 22nd
I mean, just what the fuck is going on?
floor of my office building. There's heavy traffic all the way down there by the riverside. It's time to get off work. That subway's too much for me. Maybe the bus will be more relaxing. And somehow the bus takes me 20 stories up in the sky.
I mean, what the fuck, dude?
I had a bloke.
This is why I want to go. I want to listen to whatever you're saying, Bill Bailey, but I'm not gonna. We're just moving on. Next one.
Kurwa, tej bułki się pokroić nie da. Krystian, kurwa, chodź
Lux,
tu.
right now, cooking her cakes.
Kurwa, tej bułki się pokroić nie da. Krystian, kurwa, chodź tu.
It makes me nervous. This one's Nixie. Most annoying noise. What the fuck is going on? Such a classic, dude. What a classic video. How is this not viral? It is one of the most viral videos of all time. This one's from Toodle.
Name a country that has never been to war.
USA or Germany.
I mean, fake. This one's from Toodle. Another fake video. It's going to reveal this as a man, you know, underneath this. She's sending me only fake videos today. Is that what he did? That's that fucking thing that Chris Cornell does at the end of that Cochise song when he goes, ah, you know? Anyone know what the fuck I'm talking about? Shut up. This one's from Guru Nanak. Fake as well. This one's from Toodle.
I remember when I lost.
Dude, the most annoying. I'm not watching that whole fucking thing, dude. Hey, look, it's the video that Shaz wanted us to watch after all.
I had a bloke message me on Twitter and he said, here, look, Bill, this is something I've sent to the Sun newspaper. And it was a screenshot of an email he'd sent the Sun. And it said, Dear the Sun, I was out in the countryside recently. I was walking along, minding my own business, and I heard a commotion in a field. And I looked through the hedge, and there was a TV comedian, Bill Bailey, was intoxicated in the field, trying to get on the back of a llama. Right? He goes, and then I carried on filming. He noticed me. He became abusive, and he became quite aggressive. Anyway, I've got the footage. Do you want it? Right? And then he showed me the email from the Sun, and the Sun said, well, have you got the footage? And he goes, yeah. And he goes, how much do you pay for it? And the Sun said, £20,000, right?
What, for Bill and the
Yeah. So the bloke, he messaged me on Twitter. He said, Bill, do you fancy doing it? We'll split the money. All I'm saying is, keep your eye on YouTube. That's all I'm saying.
All fake. All right. Look, first of all, Ratch, you're about to get taught a fucking lesson. I don't know which song it is. I think it might be Cochise. The one with the car. Which one has the fucking car in the music video? Is it this one? No, it's not this one. Show me how to live.
This radio.
He hits his neck when he does it live. He hits his neck when he does it live. Shut up. How dare you?
Well, I was interviewing for a new job recently, and I wanted to share something with you that I thought was very funny.
This is from Shaz as well.
During the interview, they were asking me your standard interview questions, like what my capabilities were, what my experiences were.
Most Australian guy ever. Look at him. I mean, everything about how he looks. The most Australian dude you've ever seen.
My job history and things like that, and I mentioned that I was a gamer. One of the questions was along the lines of, do you have any problems with navigating people's conflicting schedules?
It didn't make a noise. You pay the toll when you're wrong.
Schedules and...
Ratch with a job is my favourite thing. What's he saying?
And questions was along the lines of, do you have
music.
any problems with navigating people's conflicting schedules and organising meetings ahead of time? You can probably see where this is going. So I mentioned to them that I've been playing World of Warcraft for about 20 years. And that as a 14-year-old, I was organising raid meetings and team composition for things like, you know, Lich King 25 Heroic. And I did mention to them that as an adult, I do play Dungeons and Dragons and I host D&D nights on a regular basis. I found out recently that I got that job and I start in a couple of weeks. So here's to the gamers.
Overqualified, to be honest.
Virtual skills will solve real-world problems one day.
If you can get 4 streamers on a show every week for 6 months, you are the most unbelievably powerful creature in the world for this job, whatever job he applied for. It's the most difficult thing in the world. I absolutely fucking despise doing it at this point. It's the worst part. By just such an enormous amount. Wax Steven is only 22 years old. You know that? He's just been organising so many D&D games with streamers in for years now that it's aged him up 70 more years.
I have a very simple challenge for you. It will take 10 seconds. Go to ChatGPT and ask it, what do you know about me that I might not know about myself based on our previous interactions? See what you get. I was shocked at what I got.
Mine's just all about D&D, and well, there are two. I have 2 different ChatGPT accounts though, and I don't know how. I don't know how this happened or when the split occurred, but the one on my phone is just me at fucking 3 a.m. Oh, it's the game. The one on my phone is just me at 3 a.m. going, if I have a pain in my left rib, on the 3rd bone, on the 3rd rib bone, do I have a cancerous lump? Is it cancer? So the one on my phone is just going to go, you're an anxious wreck. You need to get a life. The one on the computer is just, I just ask it stuff about D&D. Does it require a bonus action to use an action surge when you're a 5th level fighter when you've used your action surge already and you have proficiency with inspiration bonus? See what it can make of that. I'm not asking it. I don't want to know. Frankly, I don't want to know. What's happened here then? It's Black Myth Wukong, guys. Here we are once again in the video game Black Myth Wukong. I've not played it now for 3 days and I've forgotten all of the controls or what I was doing. I've also had maybe about 2 hours sleep. I'm running on 2 hours sleep last night. Maybe 3 hours sleep the night before, and what can only be described as 0 hours sleep the night before that. So really probably in top fighting condition, ready, really just rip-roaring and ready to go, not just with Black Myth Wukong, but the rest of my day, which includes doing the most mentally taxing thing you can do, which is run a table story show. Really prepared for it, really ready. And just so, oh man, I love my life. My life is so great. What was I doing? Have I been up here? I guess we'll just wander around. Literally cannot remember a single control. Honestly, feel like I want to say square is the attack button, but cannot remember. The problem is I've been playing PS5 games. Yep, no idea what I'm doing. I think I tried to block then with the Final Fantasy VII Rebirth block button. Oh, it's so devastating when I don't play a game for just 24 hours. 24 hours is enough to really do me in. It's unbelievable how badly I cannot remember anything. If I don't play a game consistently, it's over. There's no point in me ever playing it again. Guys, don't forget to tune in don't forget to tune in to Table Story tonight for a session of D&D that will be entirely carried by Maya, because he doesn't have any mental health issues, so he can fuck off. Guys, don't forget to use HelloFresh code POG144308. Is that correct? We just don't know. And you'll get yourself some delicious, delicious food right to your doorstep that we know of. Mine and Liam's theory is that you're absolutely beyond riddled with mental health issues. You just don't know how to acknowledge them yet. I did eat some food, yeah. It hasn't helped. Oh, fuck it. I literally cannot remember the buttons. What was it? This? Yeah. Oh no. Oh, lift that shield up again, you little twat. Fuck! Who's this? Someone firing arrows at me as well. Are you having a fucking giraffe, son? I'm trying to remember the controls. I haven't played it all weekend. Break the shield. Yeah, what are you without the shield, huh? Captain America? I don't fucking think so. Why ain't you moving, bruv? Jesus. Listen, if you open the door for the TV license man, they can't do anything. Save thing with the old brain pan in it. Alright, maybe he is riddled with mental health issues, because I've got fucking no idea what he's talking about now. Absolutely. Mentally, he's lost it. It's happened. Now, I've been up here because I remember. I remember when I lost my mind. And there was something so about I play. Remember when that song came out and every single fucking middle-aged white woman on the planet just went fucking crazy? That made me crazy. And they still play it on every single radio station every 5 minutes every day. Niles Barkley has been dining out on that song for 20 years. That's an unbelievable. The amount of royalties he gets on that song is beyond belief. Dude, if they play it on the radio, on like normie radio channels, BBC Radio 1, and they've played it for the last 20 years, you're a white woman. What? That doesn't even, it's not even a sentence that makes sense. You heard me and you know what I mean. You know what I mean. Does that make me crazy? They just put the most they find the most unintrusive. Dancing in the moonlight, everybody's feeling warm and bright. You know we're dancing in the moonlight. I don't know how that song goes, but basically, those songs, you know, and they just play them. They're just the same songs. They still playing them. The same songs that you would listen to on the drive to work, or you'd be working in a place that played the fucking radio in the background all day, and you haven't worked there since 2005, and then you go into a shop or you chuck on the radio by pure chance or something, and they are still playing those same songs. It is fucking so scary to me when I fucking hear those things and recognize those songs. And you think about those people that have been working at that same job for 30 years, listening to that same radio station every day, all day, listening to the same song. Does that make you crazy? Not maybe crazy. Where am I going? There was like a thing to fight around it, but I can't remember where it was. Is it that way or was it up here? Or do they all roads lead to Rome, I think, actually. Run away from it. Guys, don't forget to subscribe to HelloFresh and use my code POGHF144308 caliber. River Island, yeah, dude. Any of those places where you have to... I worked in the Discovery store, which is like a gadget shop, kind of, for years, and they had the same CD with like 8 songs on it, but one of them was a Placebo song, and I loved it. It was the Placebo cover of English Summer Rain. And I still love that song to this day. So there are some exceptions. I can still listen to some songs. Even though I probably listened to that song a billion times.
Bastard has got me trapped on this rock with his spell. Even the rocks on the ridge have come to life. In that cave, there's a rock guy lurking. Holding secrets, I bet. Should you uncover the reef?
Fuck off, I'm having a chat with the guy that plays fucking Gandalf or whoever he is in Rings of Power.
It's no small matter. In that cave, there's a rock guy lurking. Should you uncover the reef,
I mean, the most...
find my way out.
A hobbit. What
Rocks
cave?
turning into guys. It's no small matter.
I'm not seeing a cave round here, Mr. Frodo. Those are the songs they use in reality TV shows. Reality TV shows. Bradley. The Essex ones, yeah. Anyone from Essex, though, you know what I mean? Need I say more? Hi, bro, at ZWQ4IGFI. Accidentally typed his... fucking Twitch password into the channel. No, leave me alone. Hi, Parched Poster, the bot. A bot. Oh, the Christmas CD is the worst, yeah. When they whap out the fucking Christmas CD and you have to listen to Mariah Carey 45 times a day. But they sort of do that on the radio as well, though, don't they? I mean, just listening to the radio on its own, unless you're in absolutely dire circumstances, has got to be so brutal. He is chasing me, you little fuck. torture. Just truly torture. You could get a playlist that had 1,000 songs in it and have it play on shuffle every day, and it would still be sort of torturous. But the fact that they do it with like just the same 8 songs, and you do a full fucking shift at one of these stores, it's got to be so brutal. Well, even to be honest, working in an office that has a radio on in the background, which I did as well for a long time, and you're just listening to the same radio station. I got quite lucky in that I was in charge of the radio when I worked in my first job when I was like 18, coming out of school. I was able to control the radio for the first year, but there's still only a limited amount of fucking radio stations you could listen to, and you sort of also have to make it not too shit for the other people that are listening. So we had XFM on for most of that time, and at 2004, 2005 XFM, but it would have been a few years earlier than that, maybe 2003 to 2006 XFM was pretty good. I've no idea what it's like now. I couldn't even hazard a guess. I haven't listened to a radio station in 100 years. Is that a horse? Don't do this. Oh, these are horses this whole time. You know what I think about horses? You know what I fucking think about horses? Who's this? Who else is getting in? Who else is getting involved? Who's this? Getting in the fight. This fight is between me and Jamie Lannister. Do not get involved. I'm working on a Christmas ad right now, of course. Yeah. Mariah Carey should be listed as a mental health issue irritant for retail work. Yeah, really, truly. What is that song called that she's always singing? In fact, don't tell me because it will go in my head, won't it? She'll come back to life. Knew it. Fucking knew it, dude. Come on. Let me have it, please. Come on. Oh. And they're using a song you like? A Christmas song that you like? My team supervisor about to load our team's waiting room with gospel music. What? How the fuck are you? Yeah, doing remote work and having to listen to someone else's music. What? It's not a Christmas song. What's the song? If you're so smart, what song is it then? Oh my good God. Stuck on a rock. Did you miss the big hitter? Can't miss the big hitter. I think as a gift to the stream, you should spend the next 4 hours guessing. Well, you're like one part normie, one part London 2005 girl, one part actually interesting, creative individual who has something to offer the world. So you brought this upon yourself. So that means it'll be some song that everyone knows, but is not quite in the like super famous like social zeitgeist. Like you'll be able to get away with saying that it's like a good song, but everyone sort of secretly knows it. It's not so cunty that you've never heard of it. It'll be somewhere in the interim between those two things. What the fuck just happened? Oh my god. Now tell me if I'm correct. It won't be some sort of popular song. It'll be some bullshit from some sort of indie band that everyone's heard of but no one's heard of. Predictable. Embarrassing. I listen to Creed, by the way. I listen to 3 Doors Down, by the way. Creature with blue flames like that means it's extra strong. Well, nothing in this game has been extra strong. Oh. He killed me in my transformation. He's extra strong. Annie just told me the song, and I think I was correct. I think it's fair to say that I was correct. Annie will confirm for the chat room. You're all so predictable, it's embarrassing, okay? Alright. We can kind of run past and just go up and fight that guy. Probably not. Huh? It chased me before, didn't it, the other day? Cool. Great job, Black Myth Wukong. You've done a fucking legendary little move there. Glad that I've conceded all that HP already because I'm stuck on the fucking side of the cliff. Fuck this. I'm going back. We're redoing it. If I click R2 to run one more time instead of R1, I'm going to lose my mind. Fuck off. I know that it's probably a little confusing when you're watching me play this and you're like, why isn't he just clicking square and shit? It's I keep clicking buttons because I've been playing Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. So my hands keep trying to make Cloud cast Blizzara, you know? And then Black Myth Wukong doesn't do that for some reason. Now I just gotta not lose any health while fighting this guy, which should allow me to go up here and fight Blue Sparks guy. Well, spoilers. Well, you've had half a fucking year to play it, haven't you? Here you go. This is for Chicklet. You fucking bitch. Dodge this. Bro, this guy's going down like a sack of shit this time. The old 2x skills have returned. Get down. It was the music, wasn't it? I love the way he bowls about after a fight. The Final Fantasy 16 OST is so good. I think I have to play the whole thing again, by the way, which I'm really looking forward to doing for the 3rd time, just so I can get to the DLC and play the DLC, which I'm gonna do after I beat Rebirth. I just honestly can't be fucked to do the first like 6 hours of 16 again. Like once you get to whatever part is just after Martha's Rest for the first time. I've done it up to that point 3 times I think, and I can't be fucked to do it another time, but I think I have to. But bro, why? Because I saved over my fucking PS5 one. Like a fool. And what's even more annoying is I own the DLC on the Steam version and not the PS5 version. For the PS5 version, I'm further through the game. And I want to play it on my sofa and not sat here. So I don't want to play the Steam version. I want to play the PS5 version, so now I have to. So in order to do that, I have to go back and play the PS5 version again, and that is basically a new save. Can't be fucked. I'll climb up that. Yeah, 16 has a better OST than Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. Relax. I said it. I fucking said it. Remake has the best OST of any game ever made, though. I mean, Final Fantasy 7 Remake probably objectively is the best Final Fantasy game. Alright, let's go see what this fucking... What is he, a warthog? I can see what's happening. What? And they don't have a clue. Who? They'll fall in love, and here's the bottom line. Our trio's down to 2. Oh. It's Johnny Blams.
Raise thy cup, seek answers on high. Who defies death neath every sky? Oh, I messed up my mission. Go find something to sober me up.
Jesus Christ. Alright, we've got to go find this guy a nice coffee. A coffee. How would you like... Would you want milk? No. Black milk. One black myth coffee coming up. The sweet caress of twilight. There's magic everywhere. And with all this romantic atmosphere. Disasters in the air. If that's true, why did I hear Venalis talking shit about Final Fantasy VII Remake? Because Ven doesn't play Final Fantasy games. That doesn't count. Ven plays open world games and like he plays fucking Assassin's Creed. Alright, I don't think we speak to Venalis anymore. How can anyone talk shit about Remake? It's really good. It's objectively very good, and subjectively, if you're a Final Fantasy fan, incredibly good. And if you're a Final Fantasy VII fan, it is about as close and as accurate as you can get. It's proof that they can do it. That these fucking companies that make these movies and make these games and are just baiting everyone with nostalgia and shit can, if they want, make a respectful remake of something, or reboot even, without completely butchering it, making it legitimately, bringing a game into a new age, and also retaining the original creative love. I mean, the key to Remake was probably that they got the original team to fucking make it again, right? So they knew what they were doing, but Jesus. You can't argue that Remake is a good game. There's no arguing it. This isn't even just because I mean, and I will fucking glaze that shit to the ends of the earth because I love it on every possible level, but how could you have any criticism? You can't. The music in that game is the best thing about it as well. That's the craziest shit about Remake in my head, is how they just did the music so well. I love it. I love the way that they finally, and this is credit to Final Fantasy 15, the way that they have the blending music thing where it changes. So you'll be like in an area where the theme is like dun 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 dun, and you're like, okay, I'm just exploring, and then you get into a fight and the song goes dun 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 dun, and then you get out of the fight and the layer of the music has continued on and it goes back exactly where you were at in the song. You're halfway through it. Dun, 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 dun. Not quite as harsh as that, but to give you an example. And it was, it's so good. It works so well. It's so immersive. There's no immersion broken. It keeps you completely within a seamless sort of transitional thing between fight and exploration. It's so beautiful. And also, it's Final Fantasy VII, and generally Final Fantasy games overall, but Final Fantasy VII has one of the best OSTs ever. It's a really good OST. It's definitely not the best one in the Final Fantasy series as a genre. I still think that goes to 8. I really just struggle to say that any game could honestly beat 8. Nobuo cooked so hard and he was given an orchestra, and every single theme in that game fits so well to each of the areas. Whereas 7, it's a little all over the place. Some of the songs are like mental sounding. But the way that they sort of managed to bring that forward and create the most, like, not only did they respectfully, once again, recreate this OST, but they did like every song like 4 times with a full fucking orchestra. And it's just so fucking incredible to listen to. They did it so well. I'm so desperate to listen to it on vinyl. It's unreal. It's so crisp. The transitions that fucked you up for 16. Well, because it's a video game. It goes back to being a video game. You've tasted the nectar of the gods with Final Fantasy VII Remake. And then you go back to playing a video game where the battle theme plays and then suddenly doesn't play anymore. Oh. But the individual songs on their own, when I say the OST for 16 was great, I think that the individual songs, if you just go and pick almost any song from 16, it sounds so good. They're really epic. They really outdid themselves with a lot of the songs. I particularly like the Eidolon fights or whatever they're fucking called in that game. Icons. Every icon battle theme is just unbelievably good. I like the battle theme and I like the boss battle theme. There's a few songs that are just beds of music for places. I can't remember which places I'm thinking of, but some of them are really nice and really relaxing if you listen to them. Sometimes if you listen to a song, it's like, yeah, this is a good song, but if you actually sort of feel the song relaxing you, that's an incredible song. If the song is doing more than just being a piece of music in the background. I really like the OST for that game. I'll be honest, Rebirth let me down a little bit though. Without spoiling too much. I feel like the difference between Remake and Rebirth, they still do the thing with the music. There's like some absolutely fucking, I've been listening to it. I'm far enough through the game where I feel like I can justify listening to a few of the OST songs now. But I don't know if it hits quite as hard. Like a lot of the songs are original because a lot of the areas of the world are original, kinda. They're obviously not, but like they had to expand so much on what was a thing that you just ran through very quickly in Final Fantasy VII and is now like an entire region. And they sort of, because they have to, they did it with Remake as well, but predominantly Remake still used just the original music because they were expanding on Midgar, and Midgar doesn't just have like a world map theme when you're wandering around on the world map. So obviously when they do the Rebirth, they need to segment up parts of the world map and give the world map theme that they need regional themes. And I don't know if all of them hit that well. You know, again, original music. This is the problem. They have to. The weakest parts of both Remake and Rebirth are pretty much always going to be, and there's no chance they're not going to be, the original content. I'm fucking impressed with how much is in both Remake, but I'm astonished by how much there is in Rebirth. Not just like original content, but you know, even the stuff that is just Remake stuff is just, it's unbelievable. I cannot believe these things are coming to life, right? I cannot believe how much is in it. But a lot of I feel like the OST doesn't bang quite as hard as 16 bangs, because 16 bangs like that when you're in those icon fights and you're just like, it is so epic, those moments when you're fighting you're fighting a dragon in space and you're flying around and, you know, there's a fucking phoenix and a thing and a dragon and there's all this stuff going on and you're like, how is this game still getting big? How is this getting bigger and bigger and bigger? How am I fighting? Why am I fighting a dude inside of the Moses parted the sea walls? Dude, that was so sick. And they really match the visual with like an epic thing. Now, Rebirth and Remake obviously do the thing where they transition the music perfectly. It's fucking beautiful. 15 does it a little bit as well. Notably, if you get on a Chocobo in 15, it does that thing where the Chocobo theme will change from when you're running and shit, and it's pretty cool. But the songs as an individual set of pieces of music and not the game design aspect of the transitions, I think bang so hard in 16 that nothing was going to come close. And all of that is original music. That isn't them sort of plucking at a nostalgia string, which inevitably any song, if I hear the Cosmo Canyon theme remade, anyone could play the Cosmo. You could play the Cosmo Canyon theme to me on spoons and I will like it because I'm predisposed to enjoy that song because I love Final Fantasy VII so much. So for me, I just think that the OST for 16 is just so great. I was so impressed by the music in that game. I really enjoyed the songs. I wouldn't say they're quite on the level of like some of the Sakaguchi Nobuo Uematsu catchy, memorable songs. But when they're playing and when you're listening to them and when you're fighting something to some of those battle themes, and that song fucking starts playing. Oof. Stone Vanguard. Might even can burn. He's got a little butt crack. Right, they gave Mr. Hanky some fucking steroids. The giant poo attacking me. Mr. Hanky, the Christmas poo. We love him and we love you. Specifically not trying to get in front of him. The game keeps like warping me in front of him. Who the fuck are these guys? Oh. Fuck that. What the fuck was that? The enemy's weakness is a bottle of Domestos. Is that what it's called? A bottle of Harpic. My PS4 Pro died right around the time I was getting to the end of the first remake. I've played the first remake a couple of times though. It's significantly more linear, so it's I think a little easier to just play through repeatedly. Oh, I didn't even see you. Is this coming to life? Something is. Coming after me? Yeah. Doing the Cosmo Canyon theme in the background of this stream really elevates it to a whole new level. This area would work well, wouldn't it? My neighbours think I'm fucking completely insane. I actually don't even have any neighbours right now. There's no one moved into the apartment ahead of me, but also no one has been in this one all weekend. And I know there hasn't, because remember when I said they posted that bit of paper in my door? Well, it's still poking out from underneath his door. So I don't know if that guy moved out or what. I kind of hope he didn't. You go and clear off, bugger off you. Pum 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 pum. Overall, I've really enjoyed Rebirth though, and lucky for me, it's a bit more of an open world exploration adventure because I've needed just that brain dead gaming the last few days. So I've just been feeling so shitty the last week really. And I was actually grateful for it. You know, a lot of the time I really just fucking can't be fucked with an open world game. You know my opinions on open world games, but yeah, I'm actually happy for it because I needed that kind of sort when you're just like laying there and you got no brain power, you just want to run around and just collect the fucking Riddler trophies and not really be thinking or not really be watching and enjoying a cutscene, just fucking about. Dude, that's been me. I sat there, I watched Gatewalkers last night and I put Gatewalkers on my iPad. And I have this little speaker, this little thing, which I predominantly use for when I'm in the shower, but, you know, or sometimes when I'm cooking, but I connected my iPad to that and just put that next to my head on the sofa. So I had like surround sound of Gatewalkers. And then I just ran around and fucked about in Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, doing nothing, just feeling like absolute shite. That was me. It got me through the evening. Thank you, Wax Stephen. I don't know what that means. Ooh, I want that. Give me that. Give me that. What's this? Why is that flashing all of a sudden? Maybe it always has been. I got 1 point. This costs 1 point, but I can't buy it. Why? Oh, it's in the next line. I need this thing. I see. A little scratch. Pyam, 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 pyam. This is in my head now, isn't it? I need that Mariah Carey song after all. I love the combat in Remake and Rebirth. Yeah, I like it. I like what they did as well. It's literally just the Gestalt system from 13, but made better. They tweaked it a little bit in Rebirth. But it's basically the same thing. And yeah, I'm a fan of it as well. I like it. One of the nice things about going from 16 to Rebirth as well. You're pissing me off, Brian. Like, I'd say one of the big downsides of 16... One of the big downsides of 16, which is also a downside of 15, is the lack of, like, status stuff. You don't really do a lot of status or elemental things. I think the elemental side of things should have been definitely utilized more in 16, considering you go around collecting all those icons and stuff. They should have made you pretty much never need to utilize, you just pick whatever you want to play like. Whatever little moves you want to use, you just use. But in Rebirth, Remake and everything, you can actually poison shit and like bravery and faith are in it and stuff again. It's not that important though. If you don't want to do it, you can survive without it. But the use of elemental stuff is so much more important in Remake and Rebirth that it just makes the fighting a little bit more tactical, which they're really losing in the New Age Final Fantasy games. I've lost this so badly. Can I just run away from him? Nope. Okay. Time to die then, I guess. I can't tell he's doing it when I'm this close to him. Cool. Completely missed it. Yeah, in 16 you just kind of button mash square, right, or whatever. And it looks cool. And you do all the little moves. Garuda! I like all the little moves. I pretty much use the same loadout for like the whole game. And it's very fun, but it's very Devil May Cry 5, isn't it? I just do not think I have anywhere near enough strength to fight this thing. It feels like I'm not doing the damage output requested. Where's this? Which was I can't remember. I used the Phoenix stuff for a lot of the game. The AoE attack and the lift, I think. I used the Garuda spinning around thing a lot. I used the fucking hurricane move a lot for a lot of that game because it just felt like such a great way to just annihilate everyone whenever you got attacked by more than one thing. Tornado. And then mid-game, I ended up switching to the Titan stuff. There was a couple of Titan moves. The one, I think it's one where he turns his hands into like two big fists. I used Titan instead of Garuda, but I think I still kept the Whirlwind. I used Lightning for a long time, but then turned it all off eventually. The big Lightning move I used a lot. Whatever hit Sid's the big. Because there's like one big move for each one and like 3 or 4 littler ones, right? I think I had Tornado and Lightning. Then I switched to Titan instead of the smaller Garuda moves, and I used that for like ever. Like I just didn't bother. I kept unlocking new shit, and I just could. I'd switch to it just to try it out and look at it, and then switch immediately back. And I think I took that all the way to the end, but I might have used the light thing for a while at the end. What the fuck is it fucking called? Bahamut? But there was like a light move that did like all these lines of light around that I found useful for some of the end game stuff, but I can't remember now. I can't remember exactly what my loadout was going into the end of the game. But I had the Phoenix stuff on like pretty much locked in the whole game, and then I switched the other ones out a lot. I didn't use the big circular big Phoenix thing. And then yeah, so like that was it really. I didn't use the smaller lightning moves. I didn't really change out for like the end game stuff. I won't speak too much on it just in case anyone hasn't seen the end of that game or knows what's coming. It's kind of fun to explore yourself. But yeah, like that, it was something like that. It's kind of hard to remember now. This isn't where I wanted to be at all. Yeah, I wish I could remember Whack, but it's been so long now. I played that literally like while Merlin was dying. It's a weird. I have weird memories of that game because I was so desperate to play it, but Merlin was literally dying in my arms for multiple months. So like I was sleeping downstairs in my old apartment. I had like a sofa at the back of the room with a window behind it and the TV on the other side of the room. But I had this futon on the ground for like 2 months. Like I didn't put the futon away because it just was annoying to do. So I just lived like it. Oh no, it was because of Merlin, because Merlin was going blind. And when he would jump off of the sofa, it made his landing a little softer so he could land, because he kept falling off the sofa. It was really depressing to watch. So I slept downstairs with him because he was old and blind. He couldn't like get on and off of my bed or anything, because he would sometimes get on the bed, sometimes he'd sleep by the door. But for the last couple of months of his life, I just slept downstairs on a futon with him, so that he could easily get to his water and food bowls and stuff. And I was having to give him like fucking insulin and shit. So I played that game laying on my ground. Like laying on a futon, but basically just a futon is nothing. I was laying on this on the ground with a beanbag to support my, like, sitting up kinda, but like I wasn't sitting on the beanbag. I was like laying my upper half on this beanbag, playing that game while the dog just was dead next to me. And then just slowly dying. And that was how I played that whole game. But now I think about it, that was ages ago. That was like last August that I did that. And then I didn't play it for a long time. Then he died. I didn't finish the game. I picked the game back up like fucking way later. It might even have been the beginning of this year. I don't know when I beat that game. It was absolutely fucking ages later. I think I finished it. I don't know when I finished it. No, it must have been the end of last year. I can probably carbon date it because I remember messaging someone. It might have been PB or someone just when I got to that fucking fight with the dude with the water. The water fight with the Moses parting the water thing was just so cool. I loved it so much. Some of the visuals, especially on the cinematic moments, was dope as shit. I loved that shit. I really enjoyed a lot of what they did with that game. Is this where I'm going? No. The Valley of Despair. Fright Cliff. This one? '16's neat because of the training wheel items you can take off to make it feel a little more complicated. Yeah, I left on one of them, the auto toggle. I just couldn't be fucked to micromanage toggle. I don't think I have ever used toggle manually. I don't know what it does. I don't know if it improves the game or changes it in any way. I had that on for my entire first playthrough, and I've played through the beginning of the game 2 more times, and I've never turned that off. Just auto toggle. To me, toggle! I have no interest in dealing with toggle. Yeah, just I left on the thing that made toggle his own man. Left him alone. Just mash the D-pad, yeah. In Remake, there was a man called Torgen. Right? It's just a bullshit side quest, so no major spoiler or anything. But there was just this like shitty random NPC called Torgen who shows up. Or they're like, you have to go and see Torgen or something. You know what I mean? Like just you're like walking through a town and they're like, we really need you to go and collect the shiny stones from Torgen. And I was like, who's Torgen? And then this dog shows up. And I was like, Torgen is a dog? They just named a dog Torgen in this? They must be aware then. That's so random. But the dog is called Melon. And the dog shows you to where Torgen is. And it's just a man. And I was like, dude, you can't name something Torgen. Now? You know? It's like calling the dog Ultimician. You must go and find Ultima CX. But I really thought Torgal was going to show up. I thought there was going to be some sort of weird, like, Final Fantasy 16 crossover thing. I got so excited. I just didn't even, like, I wasn't even, like, paying attention. I just heard someone say, you must go and see Torgal. And I was like, huh? Is Torgal in this? Just as a little, just tie-in bullshit thing they can do? Oh, that was dope, dude. You see that shit? Now, around here somewhere was that, like, boss battle with in the dark. I don't know where it was. I think it might have been to the left. I've been trying to look. By the way, it's literally all I've been looking for the entire time I've been playing the actual game here. What, an hour and a half? All I've done is talk about Final Fantasy. But in the little fucking Black Myth Wukong part of my brain that's just sitting here playing a game while talking about Final Fantasy 7 music, is trying to find the place that I went to on Friday. I think it was down here. I don't know if I can run past all this shit or not. See how far they chase. It's got to be in here, right? I know in 14 they do a lot of that crossover stuff, yeah. Okay. We're on the right path. It's around here somewhere. They're chasing me pretty far. Is this it? This might be it. There's a little sort of very minor Final Fantasy 14 crossover stuff going on in Rebirth, right? It's hard for me to tell because I've not played 14 extensively. Fucking prick. I hate these guys the most. Just because they take so long to kill. Oh my god. Big hitter. Oh, I'm out of stamina. It's so nice because you normally get quite far away from them during that first little set of a first bit heavy smash thing or whatever it's called. Detroit Smash. I've got to watch that. It's the final season, right? It's the last one. The one that just came out. There's no more after this. This isn't even it. Where the fuck was that cave where I fought the dude? What's this? Are you the cave? There's one more season. Okay, alright. Nice because it actually extends that attack, which sometimes it doesn't really land that close. What are you looking for? That's what I'm looking for. I just found it. Please do watch it. Has gotten so much better and it's hype. The last season was good though. My Hero Academia, it all meshes together for me and I can't remember. There were like 2 seasons that were mid. I was a bit not bothered about it. That last season was good. The last one I watched, I was like well in. I just haven't gotten around to it. That's all. I've not really been on much of an anime kick. I've got a few things that I really want to watch. Tower of God, I really wanted to watch. I almost watched it just before I started doing non-canon because was trying to think about how I wanted to run this new table story show, and Tower of God was a little bit of an inspiration. It was originally going to be something like that. I guess it kind of still is, but it sort of, you know, changed the format a lot. Yeah, I want to watch the second season of that because I really liked the first season. I've got we doing anime? Shall I tell you what's on my list? Let's have a look. I'll tell you what's on my list to watch. What's the premise of that series? Hogwarts for superheroes? Yeah, a little bit, yeah. It's really basic. My Hero Academia is just like, it's just one of those good basics. Good basic animes, you know? You'll never get anything from it that's like, whoa. This is so original and different. But the, you know, it's easy watching. I find it to be like, when I'm watching it, I love it so much. As soon as it's over, I don't care. My Hero Academia. But it's good. It's good basic shit. It's kind of like, it's kind of shonen-y, but not as long as most shonens are. I have got on my list here of animes that I'm waiting to just like crack back on with it. I'm going to watch Beyond the Boundary. Oh, I haven't. You know what else I haven't watched? My Adventures with Superman season 2. I like the first season of that. You know me. I love Superman. And Chaos Reign. No, Scavenger's Reign is another non-anime anime that I want to watch. I've got, and I don't really want your opinions on these, by the way. Don't tell me anything about them, because talking about anime is one of my least favourite things to do on stream sometimes, because you guys will ruin absolutely everything with your dog shit opinions on anime. Pluto, Shangri-La Frontier, The Kingdoms of Ruin, Berserk of Gluttony's on my list. I don't know what that one's called. I've got Yona of the Dawn, Plunderer. Some of these I added. This is just stuff on my list. I don't know if I like this or what they are. This is just what I'm going to watch. Wiseman's Grandchild. I started watching The Eminence in Shadow and it was fucking dog shit. I can't believe how many people like it. Log Horizon, started watching that. Didn't like it. Feel like it's one of those ones that might get better if I just stick through the beginning. Did I watch Dead Mount Death Play? I think I did and I turned it off. I can't remember any fucking anime for some reason. Mashley is actually just Hogwarts. It's legitimately just an anime. What if you were so strong that people didn't realize you weren't doing magic? And it's just they ripped off Hogwarts so badly. Solo Leveling I did watch. It was fine. It's exactly what you expect it to be and exactly what I think I wanted it to be. But why everyone is glazing it so hard, I'm not too sure. It is so the most basic, just guy with no powers goes to a dungeon, isekai style. And is, you know, the best, the strongest person in the world by the end of it. Who gives a shit? You should watch I Was Transferred to Another World Where I'm a Lion Boy Butler. I fucking hate every single one of Lele's recommendations. I've got Gunsword to watch. Don't know what it is, but it's on my list. Gun Gale Online is another one that I haven't watched. Oh, I fucking forced myself to sit through Free Ren. Dog shit. Everyone loves Free Ren because they fucking think they're so special. The people who like Free Ren are the same people that like the first Joker movie. The people who like Free Ren are the same type of people who like the first Joker movie. They think they're watching something really artsy. And they think it's like really good and has like a really great social commentary. But if you scrape one layer of that onion off, you realize that it's just telling you everything and nothing actually happens. Not actually that well written at all. It's just presented in a way that makes you think it is. Free Ren just does this thing where it will just sit on like a really beautifully well drawn fucking landscape image with a piece of nice music over the top, and you're like, oh, it's so good. But actually fuck all happens. It's so boring. And then it becomes the thing it's trying so hard not to be. Fuck that anime, and everyone who likes Free Ren's a fucking piece of shit. who thinks they're so fucking great and they're not. I'm desperate to watch Go Go Loser Ranger. I'm really looking forward to watching Kaiju number 8. I read that one though. That's actually a rare manga that I've read some of. Windbreaker I also want to watch. I have an anime called The Saga of Tanya the Evil that I don't think I want to watch. I've also got Welcome to Demon's School, Frumacun, which I don't think I'm going to enjoy. Ascendance of a Bookworm. I don't think I'm going to enjoy that either. I started trying to watch Drifters again, but kind of fell out of love with it. I watched Tekken Bloodline. Wasn't that great. It's only worth watching if you really like Tekken. I've got more Dr. Stone, but I just don't... Dr. Stone kind of fell off for me quite hard after the first half of the first season. Garuden, The Way of the Level 9 or something it's called. I'm going to watch that. After Freeren, I tried watching In the Land of Leodale, which is sort of... It's an isekai that is not as boring as Freeren. But didn't finish it. I did watch all of Code Geass for the first time. And now I'm interested in watching some of the other Code Geass stuff. I tried watching Mob Psycho, but still don't like it. Turned it off. Crisis Young is on my list. I've got I Parry Everything that I want to watch, which I already know. You know, I already know. I Parry Everything. The audience that's for 14-year-old me playing. If Elden Ring had came out when I was 14. Wisteria Wand and Sword looks fine. The Fable looks great. There's an anime called The Fable, and I'm really hoping it doesn't let me down. I'm looking forward to that one. That's on my list. I also have Dead Demons Day Destruction, which I'm not sure what it is, but I added to my list when I saw some bits from that. If anyone knows what that is, don't know. And then the last thing on my list that I added was The Elusive Samurai, which I'm going to watch as well. So I've got a lot of anime that I've been building up. I just haven't gotten through any of it because I've been watching other stuff. And doing stuff like playing fucking video games for once in my spare time. You know, I don't normally play games, but I've been playing Final Fantasy VII. So that's my list. If any of those animes mean anything to you, if any of those have been on your list, if you've seen any of them, you know what they are. Those are the ones that I'm going to get to. I mean, a lot of these anime I just added to a list because I was intrigued by them, but I'm not sure if a lot of the time I'll be like, oh, I'll watch that anime, I'll click play, I'll be halfway through the first episode and I'll turn it the fuck off. So, you know, it's not like all of those are going to be ones that I get through exactly, but there's a few in there that I'm actually looking forward to, genuinely. Yeah, Kaiju number 8 I already know I enjoy, although it's kind of a comedy in the manga, and I would actually quite like the anime to do that thing where it uncomedies a little bit, because all of the jokes didn't really land for me in the anime, and it kind of started to piss me off eventually. Windbreaker looks cool. Tanya, yeah, I know I'm not going to enjoy it. How do you know all of these? Because I'm a fucking loser. Guys, I'm a fucking loser. I'm such a nerd. You think I'm not sitting... I've spent my whole life pretending I'm not. But actually, the things I like are D&D, anime, and Final Fantasy games. You'll be blown away to discover these facts about me. Bro, how's the game? Is it good? Worthy buy? I'm really enjoying this a lot at the moment. I'm a bit knackered today, so I'm not really doing anything impressive. I think the first few days I played this, I was actually kind of popping, but I haven't slept for 4 nights in a row, and I couldn't be more tired, and I'm, you know, borderline suicidal going into today's stream. So we'll see how I can hold my own against this boss in another fight against it. But I'm enjoying it. It feels very Feels a little bit like a more fast-paced, obviously, sort of melee-based Sekiro. It's kind of along those lines, I'd say. Not as brutal and punishing so far as Dark Souls and Sekiro were. But I think there's still room for that to change. I'm on the second chapter. I think there's like 5 or 6. I'm enjoying it. The moment Emma left him, his brain downloaded the title and synopsis of every anime ever. No, I've always watched anime. Emma had to sit there through me watching My Hero Academia. Get to suffer it. I'm at the point where I'm happy to embrace full nerd. Masking is tiring. Yeah, I mean, I've long since disposed of my mask. And Warhammer, yeah. Can't wait for the table story stream. It's going to be really good. Well, they know what they're doing. They have to start tonight by rolling initiative. So, luckily, the good thing about tonight's session is it's like prepped already, because I had to prep an entire dungeon, and then Murgles went away for a week, so I had to prep an entire other dungeon. And now I'm just combining. They just have to wrap up 2 dungeons tonight and next week. And then Maya's going away for 2 weeks. The campaign will never end because people keep taking weeks off and I have to come up with some bullshit side shit that I have to do. The campaign would have been over by now if nobody took a week off. Yeah, Maya, very selfishly. You know Maya, he's one of the most selfish people that I think we all know. He very selfishly has decided to take 2 weeks off. So they've got 2 weeks to finish this dungeon, and if they don't, I'm going to be very pissed off with them. Okay, now this thing starts spawning in enemies when I fight it as well, but I think I can get off like a bunch of hits on it. Just crack it in the face before anything else happens. I'm just going to try and do that. Fuck it. Here we go again. Oh, god damn it, I thought I had longer. So I have to be looking to lock on, which I wasn't fully aware of. I thought I could just like click left on the stick and it would lock on to one of these guys when they spawn behind me, but it doesn't. I hate that they jump in like that. It's so unbelievably irritating. I know that thing gets up at some point as well. I'm out of stamina, fuck. Ooh, that hurt me so badly. That's gotta be it. Man, I got absolutely smashed by that on the last stream. That was actually really easy. So the boss, I thought the boss started moving last time. Am I crazy? I guess I just got annihilated by being greedy. When your players don't stay on your perfect schedule, whack. Dude, I know what you had planned for last night, and I tuned in, man. I was there ready. I had my popcorn. I had my fucking spectacles on. I had 3 layers of clothing on because that's what I do when I get excited. And I was ready, and it just didn't happen. It's so funny watching when you're a DM and you know the other DM's plans, and you're watching them play their game, and you're watching them not do anything they planned. And you know how it feels best, because when you don't know, you just be like, oh, that's what Whack had planned for the whole session. But when you watch the session back and you're aware that was not what the plan was. Oh, I can turn into these guys now. I can turn into a spear bone with the shield. I can turn into the Poises stone as well. Leap up and kick the fire. No, I just want to continue to headbutt things with this thing for now. It's pretty useful. We'll give him a try, but right now I need to go back. We have to go back, Kate. We have to go back. Yeah, man, the amount of times that you'll be planning something as a DM. Players literally told me they were doing Y and not doing X, and they did X multiple times. Every time. It's just hilarious how often that will happen as well. It will happen. I still say that. Even though that's a PewDiePie meme, I think about it every fucking time. It will happen. Remember that? That guy from that video? I don't know what his name was. He was talking about Speedball or something. He had a Dragon's Den thing. Yeah, it's so funny. And the worst thing is when they do it right at the end of an episode. You know? They're like, okay, we don't have a choice. We either go left or we go right. And we're gonna make the decision right now between us. Okay, let's go left. Yes, I agree. We go left. All right, it's decided then. We're going left. And then the DM is like, and they're going to go left next week. Thanks for watching, everyone. See you later. And then the next week comes around. You get them all in. Okay, so you guys are in the cave. There was a big sort of opening. You could either go left or to the right. You guys decided to go left. That's where we left off. What do you guys do? I've changed my mind. I think we should go to the right. Yes, I agree. We go to the right. The DM like, no. You can't do this to me. You can't do this to me. I spent a week prepping left. You motherfuckers. And it'll be something as well, because you'll be like, you'll have prepped. You'll be like this. To the right is an icicle cavern. Ice all around the edges. Frozen stalactites and stalagmites. To the left, flames, coals across the ground, a winding path through lava, bursts of fire in the cavern. You know? So when they go the week after, they're like, we're going left, we're going to go left to the fire cavern, and then you're like, okay, fire cavern, I'm prepped the whole fire cavern. And then you start the session and they're like, we've changed our minds, we're going to go right through the ice cavern. You're like, you fucking... And I can't just do the thing that sometimes you can do as a DM where you're like, I just moved left to right because I prepped left and they've decided to go right all of a sudden. I'll move left to right. Well, you can't do it because I prepped fire cavern. You fucking motherfuckers. You can't show any of it. You just got to go, all right. So you start to descend down into the icicle cavern. Cold and frost nipping at your tits. In the back of your head, you're like, you fucking bastards. You little fuckers. You fucking bastards. And they'll do it to you every time. To the point where all you can do to counter it is what I do now. Which is either just over prep the entire fucking frost cavern and the fucking entire fire cavern, and just fucking accept that one of those things was a waste of an hour and 2 hours, 3 hours. You just have no choice. You've wasted all that time. Or half prep both, which I tend to do a lot now as well. I'll just half prep the fire cavern. I'll get the stuff down that I can't do midstream, like the battle map. I can't do that midstream. It's too difficult. I'll fucking prep. I'll buy a map, and that's £5. Buy the map, put it down, and then buy the map for the other thing, and then just maybe, you know, oh, there's this puzzle in here, so this one, I need to have that handout ready. It's just nothing you can do about it, man. That's all you can do about it, I guess, is what I really mean. There's nothing you can do about it, but that's all you can do about it. Half prep. Half prep is where it's at, though. It takes a long time as a DM to get comfortable enough to half prep everything. You have to be pretty good by the time you can half prep shit and get away with at the end of the session people being like, man, I can't believe you prepped 2 whole caverns. And you're like, no, I half prepped both. That's why they call me half a job. They call me half a job WOTO in the industry. I have 3 pips. Look. You do it again? No. Never go full jobby. Never go full jobby. That's what I say. They call him half a job, BradWOTO. It's just, it's devastating after years and years and years of... It's locking onto something in there. After years and years and years of just prepping both caverns and the entire town and the entire region, and then the players are just like, we've decided we're gonna use the teleport stone that you forgot about from episode 2 to teleport to the other side of the world. In fact, I think, guys, let's teleport to the one and only place that he hasn't even prepped or thought about. Let's go there. Yes, I agree. Let's go to the one and only place in the world that he hasn't prepped or even thought about. Until that moment, and you're like, oh fuck, I haven't prepped any of that. I don't know, there's nothing there. We did that I think every campaign that has happened to me I've ever run. I think that's literally happened in every campaign. It's just what it is. It's unbelievable. Dude, Cura, you have to bear in mind, this fucking campaign, I'm prepping the whole thing at the beginning, and I'm like, you guys can play whatever you want to play, but this setting is going to be a little weird. And I'm also having to be a little guarded on 2 elements. Cura spoilers inbound, so minor Cura. I'll try and, I don't know if they're minor, I don't know what they are. Some spoilers inbound. In the back of my head, I'm like, now they don't know it's the end of the world, right? They think I'm prepping, because the whole point of Cura is I'm like prepping this setting where, oh, there's all these angels and all this stuff and life and interesting places for you to travel to. But actually, what I wanted to do was kill all of it. So, and this was entirely on me, this first part. I prepped the whole world and then killed it all. So I prepped probably about 50% of the regions, 50% of the angels, and the map. When we began the campaign, the map was about 70% filled. And then I knew that there would be other places that weren't on the map and stuff that they wouldn't probably ever see, like an underwater region and shit. That was not going to be mapped out, right? So they, by the way, they don't have access to a map, only I do. But I have a map with all of the region's names and what angels are in there. But I knew I was going to fucking kill it all. And then just start with, the world is ending, everything's fucking dead except for a few of you and a couple of angels. What do you do? That's the campaign. That's entirely on me. I just wanted... I like world prepping. I actually enjoy doing it, and I can quite comfortably do it and it not really feel like work unless I'm being pressured, you know, with a time thing or something. But just very happily listening to a podcast or listening to some music and just writing stuff down. Prepping a whole planet is genuinely something I really enjoy doing. It's one of the reasons I enjoy DMing new shows so much, because I actually enjoy some of the process of creating that world. But when it comes to the narrative and the story, I knew that there was going to be an element to this of like an undead being washing over the world. And I knew as well that the locked species would be dragonborn and celestial based things, so Asimars and things. And I was like, you can't, in my head I'm like, they don't, as long as they don't pick those two things, it'll be fine. Because if they're like, oh, I want to play an Asimar, I'm going to be like, you can't really be descended from an angel in this setting, because the angels are like these weird things. And also dragons and lizard folk are very important to, you know, like there's like a mid-season reveal about this other world with lizard folk in it and everyone there, and the point of a dragon is that it's a lizard folk with a soul. That's just what it is. That's the alchemy. So you can't be a lizard folk and you can't really be a dragon. And so so I'm like, okay guys, what do you want to play? The character I wanted to play was, I was told to fuck off, it was a dwarf. That's not true. I didn't tell you couldn't play a dwarf. You would have been able to play a dwarf. I don't even remember you coming to me with a dwarf. I just remember the orc wizard being the first thing. I said you should play an orc because you were like, I don't know what to play. And I was like, you've got to play an orc at some point in a table story show. You just have to. You're called orcish. You don't remember that? No? What did I say? What actually happened? I don't remember it at all. Because I didn't care about you. I didn't care about Maya. I didn't care about... who's the other player? Whoever the other person is. Because you guys came to me with like perfectly okay things. But Mergs came to me and was like, I'm thinking of being like a dragonborn Asimar. And I was like, oh, fucking Christ. You've hit the two things that you can't be. And the only way I can tell you you can't be those things is by telling you the mid-season massive fucking plot twist. Revelation. That this thing, the bad guy's from another fucking dimension. And I was like, the thing with being, I guess you can, well, and I was like, I just, you can't really be an Asimar. There's not really Asimar in this setting because there are these things called angels around and they just don't, they're not really procreating. And so I was like, I guess, yeah, just be, you could be a dragonborn, like maybe elf or something. And then I had to rewrite dragonborn in. So I had to change the entire setting lore to just so that Mergs could be half a dragonborn. But she precision struck the only, I was like, dude, they could be anything. You can be a gnome, you can be a human, you can be a fucking Leonin, you can be anything other than these two things, and that's what she wanted to be. I couldn't believe it, dude. It's always what happens. And the thing is, when you're, because I'm always lying, when you're setting up a show and when you're setting up a game, I want my players, they don't know anything going in. I try not to give them, it can be hard because there's production elements, so sometimes you have to just sort of be like, well, you guys are going to know about this thing, but it will be a big reveal for the chat. But generally speaking, my players, I want them to be as inexperienced, if not more inexperienced on what's going on in the chat room, because my players come first, chat comes second, but I want, you know, players and chat to have as organic an experience. I want them to react when the revelation happens. I don't want them to have any behind the scenes information. I want them to be like, what the fuck, as much as I possibly can. But dude, how do players do it? What actually happened, I wanted to play a dwarf artificer and I said no, Oh, because there's not technology? I don't remember ixnaying dwarf though. I don't know why I would have done that. There are dwarves. You could be a dwarf. Artificer maybe, because you were probably like, I want to be a gunslinger, and I was like, oh, I don't know if there's, because I wanted the technology level to be very low in this setting. Yeah, so there you go. It's the Iron Age. So I know the Artificer, not dwarf. I mean, this is how you know Orcish is such a lying piece of shit. Yeah, I mean, again, though, you know, I'm like, I'm going to play an Iron Age setting thing with very low technology, and immediately a player is like, I'm going to play a fucking sci-fi character. So I was like, yeah, probably not. You could probably have done Artificer in terms of, but they always have guns and shit, and it's like, well, you wouldn't really have access to Artificer stuff. It would be really weird to have a gun in this setting where everyone's like, we don't even know what's happening in the next town because we've never left the village, because it's the Iron Age. I just wanted to, I really wanted to sort of, to be honest with you, now that we're, and this is, you know, a year ago, I was writing this campaign, and you go into these campaigns with a theme or a feeling and an approach to as much of it as you can. And then you get to the end of the campaign and you're like, man, that didn't plan out as much as I wanted it to, but I really wanted the feeling and the feel of this world to be kind of low technology and very mythos. So it was all about people talking about, everything was word of mouth, you know, because we were in these high fantasy campaigns where travel is really easy and everyone can just use sending stones and people can do all this and that and the other. I didn't really want to do that with this one because I wanted that feeling of like, wow, they say there's an angel in the distance that can heal you by just, if you just bathe in the waters underneath it, it will heal you of anything. And you hear all these like weird rumors of like distant lands, and each of these distant lands has this like weird mythos. Some of them based in like real world mythos, so I've got like shit in there that's from like Greek mythology, I've got like Hindu shit, I've got like Chinese stuff in some of these areas, and I wanted each one to feel like if you heard about it from far away, it was like, whoa, what the fuck. That was kind of how I went into it. Ultimately it didn't really matter, but that was kind of the approach. So, you know, that was why I was probably being a bit more guarded over the Iron Age element, because I was kind of trying to make it feel like that fucking game black and white. Orcish is the chatter that blames a streamer for banning him, and then we find out he's shit on their chest. Absolutely, that is what he's like. You were going to write in that the dwarves had gunpowder, but were keeping it a secret for me. Oh, yeah, there you go. So I was going to do. So basically, so you said that I wouldn't let you play. I told you to fuck off because you wanted to play a dwarf. And in fact, what happened was I had no problem with you playing a dwarf. I just said that there might be a little bit of a problem with Artificer stuff because it's kind of an Iron Age level of technology setting. And in fact, I'll write that in for you, and you can have that you're from a secret sect of dwarves under the mountain who actually do have access to gunpowder. And I didn't say no to any of that whatsoever, and you decided to change it to Orc Wizard, and it was nothing to do with me. Okay. And I want you guys to remember that. And this is coming from a guy who I put all this effort into this. I wanted this setting to feel a certain way. I wanted all of these like characters to have their own individual things going on. They've got this like really weird setting to move through with sort of multiversal or like parallel universe elements to it. There's also all of this reference to these different mythologies and different religions around the world that have all of this like just want to lend this layering and color and texture to this setting. And the only fucking thing he ever asks me is what level are we, and did we level up, And all he does is tell me every week how he's so upset that we're not level 15 yet. You promised that we would hit level 15 is all he says. Doesn't give a fuck about any of the other stuff. I made his character and Murgle's character so central that they have these like Deus Ex Machina level powers. I made them so interesting. One of them is science, one of them is religion, and they get to have this kind of constant back and forth. And the only fucking thing he fucking criticizes every week is, you said that we were going to be level 15 and we're not even level 15. And I'm like, do you know how hard it is to fucking level players up throughout a campaign that's only like half a year long and get them to level epic levels? 15, by the way, he wants to be. It's so hard to do. It's so hard to run a show at level 10 because the combat takes so long. Trying to pace a fucking professional show, trying to run something like this, spin the plates of making it a fun game for them to play, give them different things to do every week, give them different interesting combats, while also writing a fucking narrative that makes sense episodically, that is being presented on a fucking Twitch channel, going out live, that is also an audio-based fucking adventure that people can tune in and listen to. And he is only complaining about the fact that they're not level 15 yet every week. Could you care less? You know what? I couldn't care less about what level they are. It's the last thing I think about until he goes, it's so annoying that we're not even level 15. You promised that we would be level 15 in this and we're not even level 15. It's not over yet, first of all. Maybe you will be level 15. Second of all, it is so fucking hard to run this campaign. And then I want to add on top of that the fact that you've been suffering a devastating sickness for 4 months out of this campaign. Half of it. You're running on empty every week, trying to fucking produce and put out there and make really fun and really unique and interesting, and make it so that when they think back on this campaign, they're like, man, I really enjoyed that. I really loved how that worked out. My character was so cool. My blah 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 that happened. It was an interesting story. It was a cool setting. Really enjoyed the arc that my character went on. But Orcish will only ever look back on this and be like, he promised that we would be level 15, and in fact by the time the campaign ended we were only level 14, and he broke that promise, and it was the only thing I was looking forward to. There's no way I promised level 15 either. There's no way I promised it. I would have worded that as some, because like I've not run a campaign in my life before. I would have worded that like, I'm hoping to get you to high levels, somewhere up to epic levels like 15. That's the best I would have offered you. There's no way I would have said, I'm binding myself to this promise that I will get you to level 15. Because I've tried, it's just so, there's no way, dude. And the fact that you are sat there after the first lie you told, coming in here saying that I made this promise, I think there's no way that any of us will ever trust you again. You're clearly a lying sack of shit who will say anything to get the sympathy and pity that he needs. I'm not answering his fucking call. Fuck you. Fuck you. I've left the call. Guys, don't forget to subscribe to HelloFresh using my code POGHF144308. Some people that are watching this are like, why isn't he playing the game? Why isn't he playing the game? Why isn't he playing the game? Look, I'll play the game tomorrow. Here's what we're going to do. Tomorrow, I'm just going to start playing the game immediately. I'm not even going to say hello. I'm not even going to talk. And we're only going to play the game. And I'm not going to talk about anything. And then we're going to do a really, really long stream where we only play the game. And you're going to get to level 15. I promise. But today I'm not very good at the game. And I'm feeling very tired and unwell. So what we're going to do instead is we're going to look at some more HelloFresh recipes. Because I need something to eat tonight. Now, in the fridge, I've got some chicken. So it's got to be a chicken deal. Crumbled chicken, what is that? Schnitzel. Isn't a schnitzel a sausage? What is a schnitzel? It's the most American, watching American TV. Schnitzel. What is a schnitzel? It's just a piece of breaded chicken. Why do they have to make it so complicated? I know it's German, but Americans always talk about it. I've never heard a German say the word schnitzel. It's like the Liam. Where's the Liam recipe? This. Liam's mum. We've made you some garlic, mushroom, and onion marmalade tart with balsamic glazed pea shoot salad. Whereas me, I was eating McDonald's. Wait, what is the schnitzel then? I'll sign up just for that. It's the most Liam meal I've ever seen in my life. Garlic, mushroom, and onion marmalade tart with balsamic glazed pea shoot salad is the literal type of thing that I would go to his house and they'd all be eating. It was so, dude, it was hilarious. I'd go there and they'd all be eating garlic, mushroom, and onion marmalade tarts with balsamic glazed pea shoot salad. And I would be like, well, governor, what's that you've got there then? And they'd be like, this is a garlic, mushroom, and onion marmalade tart with balsamic glazed pea shoot salad. Have you never eaten anything like this, my dear boy? And I'd be like, no, governor, I've only ever eaten McDonald's fries. And I is allergic to him, so they makes my tummies hurt so much. Parmigiano crumbled chicken schnitzel. Thanks, Stephen. Parmigiano. That's what Liam makes for his dog, yeah. Compared to the piss that he eats piss and shit. He eats yesterday's piss and shit that he keeps bagged up. What is this? Where's the recipe? Let's have a look. Right, so you chop up a potato. I haven't got any potatoes. I bought some potatoes once a long time ago and I put them in the cupboard and then I left them there for 3 years and I looked in the cupboard and there was a monster that had grown and was living in there. And now I'm scared of potatoes. Oh, so you just smash up you beat the fuck out of the chicken. Yeah, I've done this before. I think I did this with the lot. Maybe it was this. Maybe I got this last time. Do you know, I think I might have actually made this from HelloFresh before. Crispy truffle potato slices and tender stem. Because I remember doing this part, beating the fuck out of the chicken. Flat, you beat it to death. Until it's all flat and then you put a bunch of crumbs on it. With an egg. And then you cook it up. Yeah. Yeah, this I could do. But not today. I wouldn't mind a salmon recipe, actually. Air fried salmon is great. Getting like a fresh piece of salmon, you know, and then air frying it with a bunch of seasoning on is so easy to do. I'm a big fan of doing that. The problem is like buying salmon like that is pretty expensive over the week. Honey soy salmon, yeah. And you can put anything on a salmon somehow. It's one of my favorite fishes.
What is your favorite Dad, what is your favorite fishes?
One of my favorite fishes is salmon. Garlic. Pop a deep saucepan with a tight-fitting lid. Oh, I'm already out. Can't afford a lid for my saucepans. Let's see if it's when it's getting delivered. I did order the thing, by the way. Oh, I just got the message. What the fuck? Dispatched my 5-piece. So here's what I bought. I wish I hadn't, but because I'm running out of money. But I bought the because you all funded it. You all funded a set of saucepans, and when I was originally looking at the I'm trying to get to the fucking page. Just show me the back. The pots and pans. It was like 3 pots and pans for, or just 3 saucepans for around like 50 quid. Seems to be the mark. But there was a deal. I left it for 2 days. I'm so glad I did, because now there's a deal where for the same price, limited deal, limited time, 39% off. I never trust those. They're always a lie, but I think this one might actually be a genuinely 39% off limited time deal. They normally lie, don't they? They make the price go up for 10 minutes and then they knock the price back down to how much it actually is, and then they say that it's 39% off because technically it is 39% off from 10 minutes ago. But actually this one comes with 2 frying pans, baby. For the same price as all the other places were offering 3 saucepans, I also get 2 new frying pans, baby. And I couldn't pass up the chance because I am using the most ratty, grotty fucking saucepans and frying pans, and I've actually been cooking a pretty decent amount and I really need them. So thanks chat, you bought that. But until that arrives, the whole point is I was looking at when it arrives, and I didn't, did I? Didn't find out. It's been dispatched. But when do you arrive? Arriving Friday. I should be getting those. So maybe on Friday I'll be able to cook this. Pop a deep saucepan with a tight fitting lid. I haven't bought any of my recipe boxes yet. On a medium heat with oil. Stir in the rice. Dude, the way that people just cook the rice straight away. It's the last thing I do. But I guess the salmon doesn't take long actually. They're not doing it straight away. They're just putting that on first. Leave that to cook for 10 minutes. I've really got to get better at cooking rice. I'm okay. The rice that I've been cooking has been coming out okay, but I want it to come out better. I've been washing the rice, everything. I'm just scared. What I'm scared of is burning. You have to nail it. And I think the key is that you need a lid to continually steam the rice. Because if you don't do it with a lid, you have to nail the timing for exactly the moment the last piece of moisture is absorbed into the rice, and then you take it off the heat. But it's really hard to tell, because if you do it a little too early, it comes out kind of watery and you get water on the plate. If you do it too late, you're just fucking left with a layer of burnt rice on the bottom of the saucepan that you have to deal with later on, which is just never worth it. It's kind of hard to do. Hey Brad, you should just buy a rice cooker. I can't afford one. Shut up. I'm having to cook it the olden way. There it is. There it is. Motherfucker. Fuck you, Godzilla. Fuck you, dude. No, fuck you, dude. Godzilla like this. Doing the Godzilla breath right now at the screen. Furious with himself. Caught him out. I knew it was happening though. This is how often do I predict you people. I wonder how many times people are typing in the chat as I go, someone's about to write about a rice cooker, and they go, how many times have you deleted a message you were about to send in the chat room? Because I preempted you. Dude, I'm so good at predicting you people now. It's unbelievable. Aluminum foil. I just get a pan, put it on top. That's what I'm about to do. I have to go and cook some more rice right now. I'm going to do the same recipe as last night, but I'm going to nail it even better than I did it last night. Now, I had the option last night of making enough for it to be reheat a batch for today, but I was like, you know what, instead I'm just going to make half the amount and cook it again tomorrow so that I learn the recipe. Because the thing with cooking is that this is what I'm hating about learning how to cook these dishes, is you cook it once and then what, are you going to do it again the next day? No. So you cooked it, but now I'm probably not going to eat that meal I just cooked again for a few days or a week. I can't learn like that. I have to repeatedly do the same thing over and over again every single day. Otherwise I will never learn how to do it. And even then, I'll take a week off from doing that thing and I've forgotten it completely. So I was like, I'm just going to do it again tomorrow. So I just cooked half the amount and I'm going to cook it again now when this stream ends. To try and nail that recipe. Because it's nice being able to... What I'm liking about cooking chili as well at this point is not only do I get 4 or 5 days worth of food out of a big... But now that I know how to cook it, I can just cook it without having to keep constantly checking my phone. And it's a different level. When you're at that level of cooking... The level that I'm at, when you're on my level of cooking, being able to cook one meal well, you can just be, because it takes an hour, you can kind of be doing something else at the same time instead of having to keep checking my phone and keep checking the pans. So I can like what I do is I just have the standing desk go on stand mode, and I just go from my kitchen to the standing desk, and I can do something else like prep a D&D game while just going back and like, oh, I just got to chuck the onions in and come back over here. Oh, gonna add the broth and then come back over here. So I like being at that level because you can multitask the cooking. I kind of hate just straight up cooking. It's so boring and feels like such a waste of time because I don't care about food. I don't care about it. Guys, don't forget to use POG HelloFresh HF144308 to receive 10 free meals and free breakfast for life, guys. I just thought it'd be really funny if I said I don't care about food and then immediately plugged some HelloFresh for you all. So just a little bit of comedy for you all. No? No good? Alright. No, I've kind of been enjoying cooking some of this food. The thing I made yesterday was good. It was crazy because I felt so unwell. And I was like, I should just not cook something good for myself and just make, you know, what I should have done was just bunged a fucking bunch of chicken nuggets in the air fryer and continued to lay feeling unwell. But I was like, no, eat something good. If you're going to have any hope of surviving tomorrow, put something of worth in your body, like eat something with fresh ingredients. So I was like, all right, fine. And once I was up and cooking it, it actually felt quite nice to be like doing something else. So it actually made me feel better yesterday. Let me have a look at this salmon deal. Lay the salmon fillet skin side down. So this is not something I've done yet. I've not cooked salmon outside of an air fryer before, which is kind of scary. Lay the salmon skin side down onto a lined baking tray. What does that mean, lined? Lined with what? Laced. Season with salt and pepper. When the oven is hot, roast the salmon on the top shelf until cooked through. 10 to 15 minutes. Important. Wash your fucking hands. While the salmon roasts, heat a drizzle of oil in a large frying pan. Then you add the mange tout, mange tout, and mushrooms to the pan. I don't know what that is. Mange. And mushrooms, love of mushrooms to the pan. Stir fry it. Add the remaining garlic and stir fry again. Stir fry I can kind of do, but I haven't done in a while. When everything's nearly ready, clean out the now empty frying pan and pop it back on to a medium heat. Lots of people do this as well, right? They cook the next thing in the thing that they just cooked the previous ingredient in to give it. That scares me a lot. I'm like keeping these old saucepans and everything. I'm going to have about 700 saucepans by the end of the year. Add the sauce, honey, and butter. See, this seems like a good idea to me. Honey and the hot sauce. But butter, I don't know about that. I also don't know what marjoram is, and that is in a lot of things that I keep cooking, but I don't know what it is, and I've never put it in anything that I've been cooking, and it always is an ingredient in everything. But what is it? I don't know. It's such an ingredient that I picked a piece of marjoram in Final Fantasy VII Rebirth and still don't know what marjoram is. And now 3 of you are typing what it is, and I'm not going to listen. Hi Will, thank you for the 42 month. How you doing? Fluff up the garlic rice with a fork and share between your serving bowls. Top with salmon and soy. Okay. This seems completely doable to me. I could cook this. I wish I knew what was in the ingredients. Actually, I guess it's only soy sauce. Oh, this and honey. It's doable. Oh, is this what a manja toot is? This thing. Manja toots. Damn you, making me delete my message every goddamn time. Fig jam and goat's cheese veggie burger with cheese, rosemary chips and apple walnut sauce. Liam's house. Welcome to Liam's house. Now, I would like to do one of these like Thai curries, but I'm guessing they just come with like a bag of, yeah, Thai blend and Thai paste. I'd have to make that myself, so it doesn't seem worth it unless I can pull the ingredients from somewhere. A gochujang mac and cheese. I've never had mac and cheese. Every American in the world has had mac and cheese. But I would actually eat that. You want the linguine? Where's that? Where was the linguine? This one? This is what my sister eats every day. Dude, whenever my sister would be making lunch for herself, this is what I would see in the bowl every single time. Whatever that is what would be in there. I don't know how to describe that feeling, but whenever I see my sister eating, that's what she's eating. Bacon and mushroom linguine. Bacon acts as a cheats pancetta here, tossed with mushrooms, fresh asparagus, and a creamy sauce. Get some nice lardons. Love a lardons. Chuck them on a crumpet. Vicky Polar, what's up, my friend? Thank you for the 2 subs. Appreciate you. Yeah, if you get a crumpet, a little bit of cheese, sprinkle the cheese on the crumpet, or maybe I guess you could layer on some cheese, and then some lardons, and then just put them in the air fryer for a few minutes. Ooh. Try it. Try it. I dare you. Broccoli and pasta? What we think? Monty, you know that you are extremely atypical, right? Whenever you see something and you're like, what the fuck? Just remember that you are the different one. Creepy street food for Halloween. Creepy chipotle pulled beef chili and ghostly dippers. Ooh, with corn. You son of a... I mean, I would like to try chipotle pulled beef chili. I don't know what the difference is, but chili is my go-to meal now. Liam did this to me. Gochujang pulled pork. Bao. I love a bao. I quite often just buy those like fucking cheap. They're like Itsu or something, and you just put them in the fucking microwave. If you want to be cheap about it, they're just in a freezer section of a store, but they're just so easy to just chuck on. Shawarma. Man, I'm getting hungry now. Some of these recipes look fucking great though, don't they? Oh, a goulash is something I was looking at recently as well. Because it seems like another one that's very simple. You chuck in everything in the pan. Half a bell pepper. Some macaroni. I suppose you probably would want this kind of thing for it as well. On the macaroni cooks, add some sliced pepper and pork mince. Fry until the mince is browned. Get a bit of garlic. Brown that, stir in paprika, herbs. Oh, dude, I could almost make all of this now. What's passata? That sounds like a fucking car. Red wine stock paste, sugar and water. Get a chia batter, and then you just fold the fucking pasta in. I mean, it's not too far off the chili I make. What is passata? Just paste, tomato paste. It's pretty much... The goulash is just chili. Damn. Alright, man. Well, HelloFresh, man. So HelloFresh, you can get some boxes sent to your house. They're like Lego for people who don't know how to cook like me. Or they're like Lego for people who do know how to cook and just don't want to have to bother putting any effort in because it's so easy to do. They send you a box of ingredients for multiple different meals. There are desserts on there as well that you can get. And they just give you, everything is in its separate little thing. You take it out, you take it out, put it on the side. There's a little recipe card that you follow, and you just do what it says on the recipe card. Everything is bought for you. You don't have to do the annoying thing of going to the fucking shop and finding each individual ingredient and figuring out how much of it you need. They just provide you all of it. You just follow the steps and learn how to cook. I found it to be very useful when I was first sort of teaching myself how to cook really basic meals last year. This isn't a thing like when I was 16. I've only just become an adult who's willing to cook meals for himself. Edible IKEA, cooking by numbers, and I think it gives you some confidence that cooking isn't that scary. You just need someone to lay out all the ingredients very easily for you. And then you just follow the instructions, and 9 times out of 10, if you just follow the instructions and do what it says, the meal will come out how it looks on that image. A couple of mine came out a little dodgy because I just didn't know what I was doing, but now I can kind of bang out these kinds of meals, and I'm actually like even last night when I was just cooking a completely separate thing, I didn't have the heating, I didn't have the timings perfectly. I just went with I think this is how long it will take, because I've cooked enough things since last year, since getting my HelloFresh boxes. It does quite. I honestly think one of the things with HelloFresh that by the way, I don't really have to say any of this stuff. I'm just saying it because I genuinely think that it is a good company and a good product. The thing that I find to be very interesting live stream cooking is, I've been trying to figure out how to do it. I'm trying to figure out how to. Everything is annoying right now, but I would happily stream me cooking some of these meals. I've always found it I'm like, there's no way that would be interesting to watch. It's funny when I'm failing, but I can actually cook some of these things now, so it'd probably just be me cooking some dinner for myself. And I'm like, I don't know if that is so interesting to you, then come to my house and marry me, and you can cook dinner, because I don't know how that would be interesting to watch. But I think HelloFresh should advertise this as a learning to cook product as much as this is an easy, oh, you can't be bothered to cook tonight, you can't be bothered to go to the store. I also think that if you're an idiot like me who has never cooked anything in your life, they should promote this as a thing of we've made it as simple as possible for you, and it will destroy your fear of cooking. I was so afraid of cooking. I'm always afraid of cooking things. I'm scared that I'm gonna make myself sick. I'm scared that I don't know which pot is what and how long to cook this thing for. It feels overwhelming. There's an open flame. You know what I mean? It's a lot when you don't really know what you're doing. And they simplify it, I think, down to a pretty easy to follow process. So if you're interested in HelloFresh, then they are today's sponsor, and you can click on this link. There's a link in the chat room that will take you through to the website. If you use the code POGHF144308, not only do I get a fat bag of cash, and I thank you if you use my code, but you will get 10 free meals, which is pretty great, and free breakfast for life. You'll never go hungry again. Which is pretty cool, man. It's a pretty cool deal. It's literally better than the deal that we had last time I had a HelloFresh sponsorship on the channel. That's pretty dope. So grab it now. Grab it while you can. And keep an eye on the fact that it doesn't matter where you're from. The link is valid in each of the different countries this time. Last time there was a whole hoo-ha about different countries and stuff, and this is now global. So, check it out. Click on the link. Have a little look-see. And let me know how you get on if you're interested in cooking any of these things. I'm going to select my meals, and I guess if I can figure out how to stream them, I will, but otherwise I'll just let you know. I am curious as to who bought what. I know Toodle had to go at some shrimp. I have to go to the shop here. The worst feeling. I hate it's like, for me, it's the worst part. is having to constantly replace the food. Drives me nuts. It's annoying. And also, if you're cooking something new, you have to go and find all these ingredients you've never bought in your life. It's the worst. Well, my fridge is stocked, luckily for me. I am going to go and cook. I'm going to have an attempt at my second batch of this sort of one-pot chicken rice recipe that I was following yesterday. I'm going to have a little break, I'm going to eat some food, and then I'm going to run a D&D session, and then I'm going straight to bed. I will not be passing go. I will not be collecting $200. I will simply be going straight to bed after that. Guys, thanks for watching the stream. Sorry I'm a little bit tired this week. I'm in the process of tapering off some medication that I've been on for a little while, and it's kind of making me feel very woozy and weird. I woke up yesterday and immediately sat down by my toilet because I thought I was going to throw up for like 30 minutes. And that's where I'm at. So I'm just exhausted. It's also just fucking with my sleep. So I'm tired. But we should be able to carry on like normal for the rest of the week. Cool. Has this crashed? Great. Everything's breaking. Thank you so much for watching the stream, everyone. Have a wonderful rest of your day. I'll see you for Cura tonight, or some more Big Monkey with a Stick tomorrow, the usual time. See you then. Thanks for watching. Peace. Bye.